Okay, hi. I've never really done a video like this. Yeah, I don't know how this will go. I might not even end up uploading it, but we'll see. I don't know. I'm just gonna, explain stuff about lxvi. Yeah. I don't know. Nin style. I don't know how long this is gonna go for. This could literally go for 2 hours. I have no idea. Anywhere between 45 minutes and 2 hours. I don't know. Anyway. Okay, well, first off, it's so funny the fact that I only ever streamed this 2 times, and the first time I got my first Venus entry. Second time I streamed it was this, the attempt, which was so funny. And then as well as that, I got it on the 6th attempt of that session, which is what, you know? That never happens. Every session is an hour long. Anyway. Okay, so first off, you have to demo that and then collect the gold in this. It's over here in this secret area, and then there's a dash crystal so you can collect it and dash back. Except, you actually fall a bit, and then the jump through corrects you up, but your subpixels are slightly below the center, so you actually have to jump, and horizontally your subpixels are below 0.5, so that if you didn't do this little jump here, you would actually die to this spike. So there's that. That's at the very start. This is just a typical corner kick, corner jump. I don't know, can't remember what it's called, but yep. And then usually you stop around here. I think you can also just not dash, but it's a lot worse. Actually, yeah, it's a lot worse because then, yeah, you can't collect these freeze frames in the crystal. So you downright dash here and then jump up like this, and then do a corner jump off that. That's kind of easy. That's fine. That's a buffer. So is the jump as well. You usually want to do this jump for this jump, you want to dash down right and then let go of all directions before you jump. So you see here, I do that and then I let go and then I jump. And that's because if you jump too early, you get a corner boost and then you just die to these spikes, which is obviously not good. And also you want to do this jump a bit later than it seems because it's a lot less likely to do a corner boost as well if you do that. And also, actually, if you do it too late, the spikes poke out and kill you. So it's it's fucking 10,000 frames. It's really easy, but I've died there a few times probably in my 9,000, almost 10,000 attempts. But 15 streak, by the way, that's pretty funny that I got this on the 16th room 1 in a row. Oh yeah, actually, I guess I'll explain this. So this is just the stats. This shows what room I'm in, and 1 out of 11 because there's 11 rooms. This is number. This number here will slowly go down, which means it's this is the 9,929th run I've gotten up to this point because I've just had that many runs because this is the first room. But if I go to room room 6, I've only had 435 runs up to here, so it's a lot less. That's what that number shows. And then this is my overall best, which is Venus X23 at this point, which is the 11th room. And then run of the session was room 4, and we'll talk about room 4. Oh my god. Then this is the success rate of this room, 69%, nice. It would have, honestly, it probably would have gotten up to 70% if I had a few more sessions of this golden, which is really funny. And then this is a low death counter, which is, it was streaks. This is like the best streak. This is current streak, and then best streak is there in the bracket. And then low death just shows like which room I'm in and how many deaths I've had to this room, which is obviously going to be 0 because it's a golden. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, do that part like that. Then just buffer an up dash here, but it has to be a dash, not a demo, because at this next part. Also, actually, yeah, you wanna redirect this dash. I actually didn't redirect them, but optimally you want to redirect, because if you let go of left before you dash upwards, you can sometimes just die to this spinner because you're not far enough left. So yeah, you want to redirect this optimally. Then at this part, this is a demo. This is just actually. I should probably explain actually what this map is. Most of this map is based off. So when you do a lot of actions like dashing, collecting crystals, like breaking breakable blocks, using bubbles, exiting dream blocks, probably a bunch of other things I can't remember, but they all give freeze frames, which is basically when the game freezes for 3 frames, I think it is. So yeah, all those actions I just said will give the player 3 freeze frames, which means that this updash and like this demo would usually be a 1 frame, but since it is in the freeze frames of this crystal, it's actually like 4 or 5 frames because the freeze frames are like added onto the like frame window. So you can see if you watch the timer, it stays at 33 for 3 frames before it goes to the next frame in game. Which also means that this timer is not actually accurate because this level uses a lot of freeze frames. So probably, I mean, I've never timed it, but like probably I have. I mean, what was it? What did I say? Like, yeah, 330 hours. But like in reality, I probably have more like 350 or something real lifetime. I've never actually like timed how much time freeze frames like take up, but it's a lot. It adds up a lot, especially in this level. Okay, so yeah, this is just a right demo. Then in the freeze frames of this one, you do a reverse hyper. That's reverse wave dash to the right, and then grab this side of this dream block. And you always grab around this place because it's just like a normalized position as long as you buffer this jump. Yeah. Also, actually, I should just say, a lot of these explanations are not necessarily going to be correct because I'm like I have like, I don't know what, 1,600 hours in Celeste, which is like, it seems like a lot, but like for a lot of these kind of obscure knowledge things, it's like not much at all. So I don't claim to be correct or anything on these. This is just my best explanation of it. Although a lot of these things I do know the real reason, but like some will just be like my best guess of why they happen. Yeah, so you want to demo this upright into this dream block. You have to demo because when you jump out of it, you hit your head up here if it's not a demo. Like I'm crouched right now, you can see. And then, yeah, so you jump leftwards. Leftwards? What the fuck? Anyway. Yeah, you jump to the left. You can stagger the jump like I did here. How I press left before jumping, but like I don't think it really matters that much. Then you want to buffer an up left demo on this one. Has to be a demo again because otherwise you hit your head on the spikes and that's painful. Then at this part, there's a jump through here. That's a very small jump through. and you want to normalize your subpixels on that by climb jumping into it while also holding left, because when you climb jump into the bottom of a corner, like here, if those spikes weren't there, and like here, when you bonk your head on the ceiling, you get your subpixels get reset to 0.5 vertically. Vertically. No, sorry, horizontally? Wait, shit. I think it's... vertically, okay, I'm stupid. So your subpixels get set to 0.5 vertically if you bump your head, but then also if you climb jump towards the wall, they get set to 0.5 on both axes, not just vertically, which is what you want here. Then you just jump to the right and then buffer this as well here. Buffer a neutral off that, and you want to use your second climb button here because it's really difficult to kind of buffer a jump out of a jump already if you're already holding jump, so you basically always need 2 jump buttons for maps like this. Then a lot of people struggle with getting enough height here, but basically as long as you buffer this neutral, and then you wait till you're basically right at the top of this block. Actually, I'm just going to put this at 0.25. So you just want to wait until you're right at the top of that block, and then neutral again there. And then you just get enough height to reach this bubble. So usually if you don't get... The way people die is just to not get enough height here, but that's just because... Actually, something I just remembered. You want to neutral off the top here, but not on the way down. You want to do it on the way up, as in you don't neutral past it and then fall back down. You neutral while you're at the top of it, because then you still have, you still have upwards momentum or something. I don't actually know how that quite works, but yeah, basically you just want to do that. You want to do it as you're going up at the top of the block, and then you get enough height to reach the bubble. And then at this part, this is a demo up left in the bubble. Basically how this works, this is retention. And I think how it works is bubbles want to suck you into the middle of the bubble, but you can leave the bubble for a certain amount of frames. I think it's 20 or something. I can't remember the exact number, but it's 20 frames or something, where you can kind of do other stuff before the bubble sucks you into the center of it, which includes being outside of the bubble. And then since you're touching the ground right here, you get coyote frames, which is a leniency frames. After you leave the ground, you get 5 frames where you can still jump even though you're not touching the ground, and that's just leniency mechanics in Celeste. While you still have the coyote frames, you do a hyper out of the bubble, that's a cool way to use coyote frames. Then you just hyper towards the right here, to collect this crystal. Then again you want to redirect this, which I again didn't do, but it's also the first room, so I just kind of got lazy with a lot of the redirects. And you want to dash upwards. You shouldn't demo, you have to dash, because another thing about this map is it uses a mechanic, isn't it a mechanic? I don't know. A design of the game where if you're crouch dashing, if you demo, you can't buffer a demo out of a demo because you're already crouched, so the second demo will be just a regular dash. You need to be crouched for this second dash, which means that the first dash has to be a regular one. So you up dash here and then up demo there. Also, you should be holding grab, of course, because you need to crouch climb here. And these can be wall boosts, they can also just not be wall boosts, like I do. Yeah, so basically how crouch climbing works is Madeline can't be crouched while holding grab. Well, no, can't be crouched while holding onto a wall, except in like certain circumstances. There's some rare ones where you can, but yeah. And also you can't be crouched while traveling while your speed is negative vertically. So if you're falling, you can't be crouched basically. So that's why a lot of the time when people are crouch climbing, you'll see them use 2 jump buttons so that their speed is always up and they never so you're always holding a jump button basically. Yeah, so you want to crouch climb these, and the reason why this is hard for some people is because you have to these jumps have to be really early so that you don't grab the wall and uncrouch. So I mean, I think you have to buffer them, I don't even know, but you want to buffer them. And then this is just a regular crouch jump. And then turn right. Blah, blah, blah. This is fine. Then here, at this part, I uncrouch before going into the next room because, I mean, it's just a speed, like a time save thing. Because you have to jump into this wall to reset your subpixels, but if you're crouched, you can't just hold right into the wall. You have to you just have to kind of correct your position in midair, and it's ever so slightly harder than just if you're uncrouched, you can just hold right and into the wall, through the screen transition, so it's easier by 0.1% easier. Yeah, so you jump into this corner here to reset your subpixels, then dash into this bubble. You don't want to demo that because that will archie you, and basically an archie is if you enter a bubble while crouched, it still tries to center you, but now your center, since you're crouched, is 3 or 4 pixels higher than it should be, which means that the bubble, when you dash, when the bubble spits you out, you're 3 pixels higher than you should be, and you miss the ground here. So that should be a regular dash. Then you hyper out of that, just an instant hyper, like a demo, and then a jump straight away. You can see my input display. You just demo and then jump to the left, and then actually right after you do that, you want to just let go of grab instantly. You want to let go of left instantly, because otherwise you'll just fly into this wall here. And so this is I guess you could call it a neutral hyper, the equivalent of a neutral hyper, because you just get the hyper speed and that's it. You don't get the hyper speed plus holding left, which would bring you further. And then that happens to line you up perfectly to collect this dash crystal, which is hidden here. And then you can buffer an up dash. Wait, I don't even know. Yeah, up dash. It's been so long since I've had to actually concentrate on these inputs, so I don't actually remember exactly what they are. Yeah. Oh, actually, wow, you get corner. Do you get corner corrector there? Maybe not. Okay, I'm stupid. Anyway, so you want to buffer a wall bounce here, because you want to buffer it because you wall bounce off the right wall here, because I think that's just how the game works. If there's 2 walls, it always picks the right one to do the action off of, which is interesting. But yeah, if you buffer that so that when you do get the wall bounce, you would usually go left, but this wall stops you from going left, so you just go up like that. Yeah, so if you do that wall bounce too late, you just fly into the spikes here and die, so don't do that. Then this is just a regular, like, 3 corner kicks. This looks harder than it is, but it's not really that hard. You just have to get the right kind of rhythm in the jumps, and then you get it basically every time. A lot of people actually have struggles with it because at the start here, they don't, like, the subpixels aren't normalized, which actually ends up affecting you here, where the rhythm of how these jumps are is like different depending on your subpixels. So that's why that's why you have to correct into the corner here, so that your subpixels are always consistent throughout this whole maneuver. Yeah, so yeah, when you normalize these subpixels, these jumps occur at the same time every time, as long as your subpixels were normalized. Then at this part, you want to keep on holding right for like quite a while here, like a lot longer than you think that you would. Like it looks like I should be dead, but I guess hitboxes are kind of wacky. And this is because as you hit this wall, see how you glide up a bit against this wall, and that's to give you enough height that when you neutral here, you enter the bubble. Because otherwise, if you, for example, if you buffer this neutral, which would be like here or here, I think, would be the first frame, probably here, then, well, one, you have to let go of right much earlier so that you don't wall kick, you neutral instead of wall kick. And also you're like a lot lower, so that ends up, if you buffer that neutral off the wall, you don't actually get enough height for this bubble. So you don't buffer that, you have to wait like quite a while here. And then, yeah. Then at this part, you just right dash. You can also just slow bubble it, but like it's a lot harder to do that. Just dash right, and then buffer a left jump in that, because there's a dash crystal right here, so you can just buffer a left jump out of it, and then that gives you like a reverse super, obviously. Also don't hold grab, because otherwise you'll grab that thing there, which is not good. Then here you want to redirect this dash like I do here, finally. And then you demo upwards. And this has to be a redirect. I mean, it doesn't have to be a redirect, but like optimally it should be a redirect, because otherwise, same problem as before. If you let go of left too early, then you're too far right, and then you just die. And you can also be too far left here if you don't buffer this properly, so you have to, it's like kind of a weird timing, to be honest. You just have to kind of get used to it. It's a strange buffer. And then, yeah, you want to hold right here before you jump, and then jump. And then that gives you like a pretty late wall bounce and just enough height to reach this place here, which is where you neutral. This part is probably the hard one. Like in the first few rooms, this is probably the hardest neutral, because this timing to let go of right is like really tight. And you see here, I only do it like 2 frames before, so yeah, it's pretty tight. If you don't hold let go of right, you just get a wall kick here, which is also livable, but it's you know, if you practice getting a neutral here instead of a wall kick, when you do get a wall kick, you reach this wall so much faster, so it's like it just kind of, yeah, it's confusing, because it like confuses your muscle memory, and usually it's like you don't really notice it until you're dead, because if you do a wall kick here with the muscle memory of a neutral, then you just die, because usually it's like to this right spike or something. Yeah. Oh, actually, usually, if you get a wall kick here and you're intending to get a neutral, then you reach this wall a lot earlier, and then the spikes just like come out and kill you. Like, see, they come out like basically instantly. Yeah, so again, like before, you want to wait on this wall for like a really long time before you do this neutral, because then you can get enough height for this bubble. Same thing as before, you don't actually get enough height if you don't wait on that wall, so you got to do that. This is just a demo up left, same thing as in room 1. You just graze the edge of the bubble so it doesn't actually center you properly, and you touch the ground. You can't actually see it because the bubble is like over Madeline's sprite, but you touch the ground here so that you get the coyote frames, and then you can do a hyper out of it. Then this is another, optimally this would be another redirect. I don't know if I actually, I actually did the redirect properly this time. And it's an up demo wall bounce again. So you want to hold right as well as you jump, because, and also you want to buffer this. You want to buffer this wall bounce. Oh, actually, I should say, in this map, basically every move is indicated, or like basically every jump is indicated with these red blocks, which is really cool. So yeah, like anywhere that there's a lot of jumps, you'll just see, like here, there's a red block there. There's not many of them here, I guess, but in this room, but yeah, there's more of them later. Like there's another one. There's more here. These are just tiles that are like not in grid, so there's more there. Yeah, one there, yeah. So there's a lot of tiles, so you just want to basically just jump every time you see a red tile. Yeah, so this is a buffered right wall bounce, because you end up hitting this wall, which corrects you further right. Well, it stops you going too far left to die to this, which is why you have to buffer it, because if you're like higher up on this block and then you wall bounce, well, one, you probably won't actually get a wall bounce, because this is already like one of the latest frames that you can do a wall bounce on. And two, if you don't buffer this wall bounce, you'll miss this block and just die. So you want to buffer that. And then again, red block, jump off the red block, wall kick off the red block, I guess, because yeah, I guess that would be a wall kick. Then this is just another redirect up demo. Then this jump, you want to do it like really late, because a lot later than it seems, because if you jump too early, then you get a wall bounce, which kills you obviously, because there's spikes right there. So you want to do that jump really late, and this is another crouch jump, of course. And also it's just better to do a wall boost here, which is when, I probably have to explain how wall boosts work. So basically, if you crouch jump, if you just jump in general, well, actually no, wall jump, sorry. If you wall jump, wall climb, what is it called? Climb jump. It's called a climb jump. If you climb jump without holding a direction, so that's a neutral climb jump, then within 11 frames, which is the jump timer, if you hold the opposite direction, then you get a boost left, or you get a boost whichever direction you're holding, and it's like different to just holding left normally. Yeah, so at this part you can see, like, here I've held left for 1, 2, 3 frames and I'm already like 4. Yeah, like, you just travel a lot further on wall bounces because you get the wall boosts because you just get the extra boost. And I think it's another leniency mechanic from the devs. I don't know. But yeah, and then this is just a bunch of crouch jumps. Then at this part, this is pretty funny. I found this time save, which is completely useless and also just kills you sometimes. But it's a time save. So, yeah, you just neutral, do a teeny little jump, and the smaller the jump, the more time it saves. Pretty swag. It doesn't do anything except make it harder but quicker. Anyway, updash into this. You don't want to demo because, yeah, demo bad, because crystal will be collected later and you die. So yeah, updash into that, and then down left dash, just a normal, nothing special about it. Then you want to right demo here, again, nothing special about it. Then this part you want to slow bubble, so just don't press the dash button here, because these two dash blocks have these two dream blocks have to line up so that you can go through them both. So yeah. Also, you don't want to demo this. You just want to dash normally out of the bubble. So yeah, don't demo that bubble, because you have to do a demo hyper out of this bubble. Well, not a demo hyper, just a dream hyper out of that out of the dream block. Yeah, so if you demo that, you just, same thing as before. If you're crouched and then you do a demo, then it turns into a regular dash. And also, actually, don't do dream hypers with a downright dash. Do dream hypers with a demo dash, okay? It's what, 2 or 3 extra frames, I think it is. It's just 2 or 3 frames easier. And also, if you fail it, you dash straight instead of down right, and that instead of down diagonally, and usually that just makes you survive more. So yeah, just do dream hypers with demo dashes. Never do it with a down right dash. Actually, yeah, I guess I better say what a dream hyper is. When you exit a dream block, you get coyote frames, because the game thinks it's a solid or something like that. I don't even know why you get it, but you get coyote frames. Which is why you can also jump out of dream blocks, because coyote frames. So yeah, you can do anything in those coyote frames. You can jump, that's basically it. You can jump, and then you can also do a super dash or a hyper dash, like you see here. And that's called a dream jump, a dream super, or a dream hyper, because it's out of a dream block. Yeah, and then this part, you just downright dash, buffer it at that dream crystal. Dream crystal? What? Dash crystal? Bro, I've never talked this much in a row. Oh my god. Yeah. This is a demo. Demo left, through that block, through the spinners, the gap in the spinners. This part, you want to keep on holding down left, because you hit the ground here, and when you hit the ground you crouch because you're holding down left. If you don't hold down left, then you don't crouch here and you just hit your head and die on this spinner or something. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, you don't want to do that. You just crouch here so that you can slip past. Then you want to don't let go of down left, just jump, because that just lines you up to just wall kick, and then since you're still holding left, you just turn left here, and yeah, you just turn left and hit the wall, and then you can start climb jumping. There's actually a few ways to do this part. I don't think I do intended. I just saw like 10% pig doing it, and I just did it, and I don't know if it's even better, to be honest. I just did it, and I don't have the muscle memory for the other way to do it, so I've just never stopped doing that. Yeah. Also, this part, sometimes, the only bad thing about doing this, honestly, is that, oh yeah, well actually, first I'll explain the strat. So basically, you wall boost here, which happens to line you up to just grab this little ledge here. But the bad thing about the strat is if you're holding left on this climb jump, this top climb jump here, then you don't get the wall boost because you're holding left, and you have to hold neutral for a wall boost, so yeah. And if you don't get this wall boost, you just die, because you just die to these spikes, you don't go far enough right. So, yeah, I've died to that a lot, so, yeah. Then you just climb jump right, buffer a neutral off that. Oh no, not even a neutral, a wall kick, sorry. And then, again, red block, buffer another wall kick off that. Yep, then this is just 2 climb jumps. Oh, 1 climb jump, never mind. Now actually, something with this part. If you don't buffer this, then you end up being higher for this whole part, so that when you are higher, when you do this climb jump, you actually hit this spinner up here. So it's noticeable, so you can save it, but in general, you want to buffer that neutral down there so that you're at the same height every time. Yeah, I've saved it a lot of times just not buffering that neutral, but it is more dieable if you don't buffer the neutral. And then, yeah, just jump, corner jump off that, corner kick, I don't even know what they're called. Buffer this, I think this is actually a corner boost block, but still, you want to buffer it, so that you don't really lose any speed. Yeah, then you want to just corner kick that. Then this part, I think you can do a dash here, but I always just did a demo, so it must be better. I don't know, I probably just labbed that like 10 months ago and never stopped doing demos, so I don't know. Anyway, I demoed it, so you probably want to demo it. And then, yeah, just 2 dashes here, because basically when you dash, wait, I've actually haven't explained buffers yet. A buffer is basically just, you can you can press the button like 3 frames before the input is doable, and then, 4 frames? Yeah, 4 frames, sorry. You press the button 4 frames before the input is doable, and then it does the input. But it's a 4, so yeah, any buffer is always a 5-frame window, because you have the 4 buffer frames and then the 1 frame that the action happens on. So yeah, any buffer is a 5-frame. And when you dash, you have a dash cooldown that lasts for like 11, no, I don't know, it lasts for some amount of frames, like I think 11, I don't know, I haven't checked it in like a long time, I don't know these numbers. But that's indicated by the hair being white. So yeah, I can now dash here, so you can buffer dashes out of dash cooldowns, which you see a lot in like a lot of maps, including this one. This is a buffered dash out of the dash cooldown. and then yeah, buffer just a neutral here, then another neutral, nothing special. Same thing as before, you just demo upright into this bubble, get coyote frames here, then do a super, not a hyper, but like same thing. Same principle. You just get coyote frames from doing the bubble retention and touching the ground, and then you can do tech out of the bubble. And then for this part, I've seen people wall bounce off the right wall to the left here, but I found that a lot harder because you have a lot of like upward speed when you wall bounce, and there's a dash crystal just here. So it's like, I don't know, it's just harder. I don't know why people wall bounce that. I do a corner jump. Is it called a corner jump? I don't know. I just do a jump off this corner to the left. The only thing that's hard about it is that all the like bubble, like the bubble frame, juice frames, I don't know what they're called, but like this white bubble shit is like blocking your view a lot of the time, so it's like hard to see, but I just found it easier than the wall bounce, so I just never stopped doing it. Then at this part is just this is a delayed ultra. Okay, I guess I should explain what an ultra is. So an ultra is when you do a down right dash, or like a down left dash, just a down diagonal dash, the game you do a down diagonal dash, and then the next time you touch the ground, the speed is multiplied by 1.2. So that's called an ultra. What else? I think that's basically all that ultras are. That's simplified. Yeah, and then you can delay this 1.2x speed boost by doing anything really. Just by not touching the ground, you can delay it. So this is called a delayed ultra because, I mean, I don't know why it's called a delayed ultra, but anyway, I mean, I know why it's called a delayed ultra, because it's delayed, but like I don't know. Delayed ultras are kind of weird, because, yeah, I mean, define delayed, you know? Anyway, so yeah, I just corner boost this, again, red block there, so you know you have to jump. So corner boost there. Actually, okay, I should explain a corner boost. So when you climb jump, your speed 40 is added to your speed, and that's a good corner boost. You can get bad corner boosts because when you touch a wall with speed, you get 4 frames or like 5 frames, I think it's 4 frames of retention, where if you stop touching the wall within those 4 frames, your speed is refunded. But basically with walls, you can jump up to 3 pixels away from the wall. So a good corner boost is where you get that you get the climb jump 1 or 2 pixels away from the wall, and then 40 is added to your speed, and then you hit the wall and get the retained for like 4 frames, whatever. So then your speed, like the additional speed from the corner boost is added to your, retained speed. So yeah, you get that. But if you hit the wall first and then get the retained and then do the climb jump, the 40 speed isn't like added to your, I don't know. The 40 speed is like not refunded from the retained. I think that's how it works. Anyway, so I have that speed, and then this is the delayed ultra, so I touch the ground, and then at this point my speed is multiplied by 1.2. And you want to do this jump really late because you have to stay crouched. You want to archie this bubble here, to get enough height to reach this little platform right there. If you... I was just checking if I was recording. That'd be so bad if I wasn't recording. Yeah, so if you don't archer this bubble, you don't get enough height to grab onto this ledge here. And if you remember, the way to archer your bubble is to enter it while crouched. So yeah, you have to do this crouch jump late here. You want to keep on holding down right so that you're crouched. And then you enter the bubble crouched, get it archied, and then you can, if you archer it properly, then you get enough height to grab the ledge at the top right there. Then this is covering it, but basically there's just another little ledge behind that bullet text that you can stand on, and then it's just a few crouch jumps. Okay, room 4. Oh my god, room 4. This room was the bane of my existence. Oh my god. Where do I even start? Okay, first, the fact that I have at one point had an 11 streak on this room is like actually crazy. Like, I mean, okay, my best streak on Venus is 3, which is like probably the hardest. No, I don't even... Honestly, I'm debating whether an 11 streak on room 4 or a 3 streak on Venus is... Which one is harder? Like, that's how hard room 4 is. I just hate, like, room 4 is so fucked up. Anyway, I guess I'll... Okay, actually, yeah. Okay, so look. It says my success rate is 36.12. That is true, mathematically, but... I don't know what it is with room 4, but I would basically, like, every day, I would either have, like, an 80% pass rate on room 4, or, like, a 5% pass rate, or a 10% pass rate on room 4, and there's no in between. And it was so messed up. Like, room 4 is what makes this golden so hard, I swear. I mean, okay, room 4, 9, and Venus is what makes the difficulty of this golden. The rest of the rooms are like kind of filler, basically. I mean, obviously not, but like, yeah, you know. Yeah, so actually, the funny thing is, at one point I did actually have, my success rate was actually 37%, and it dropped all the way down to 36%, which doesn't sound like a lot, but seeing as I have 2,300 entries of room 4, it's a lot of, you know, it's a lot. And that's just because, you know, it just decided to just kill me more. No reason, just did. That's it, just decided. So that's how it is. I don't know, it's weird. Room 4 is just the weirdest room. Anyway, I guess I'll explain it. So yeah, basically, climb jump into this. Wait, hang on, what? No, what? Am I stupid? Do you actually climb jump? I don't even know. Yeah, okay, you do. I don't know why I thought you didn't. I don't know, okay. Climb jump into it, into the corner to like reset subpixels. Same as always. Then at this part, you want to let go of grab right here, because otherwise, you grab onto this ledge here, which is not good, because you die. Obviously. Then you want to hold grab again so you can buffer a jump off this corner. So it's like kind of, it's like difficulty that you wouldn't necessarily be able to tell on your first glance. But like basically, yeah, you want to hold grab, jump here, jump left, let go of grab, and then pass this wall, hold grab again, then jump, then you want to let go of grab again, because otherwise you grab onto this ledge here. So yeah, it's pretty complicated. It's something that you wouldn't notice on your first watch of the run. But yeah, you want to let go of grab again, jump off that little corner, Again, see all the red blocks. Red, red, red. They indicate where you do certain moves. Then, this is a demo right here, but yeah, it seems harder than... Okay, demos are I don't know if this is actually pixel perfect. I guess I could check, actually. I've got Celeste open for a reason. Okay, we're researching this. Is it pixel perfect? Okay, no, it's not. I lied on the internet. It's not pixel perfect. Okay, cool. Anyway, we found out it's not pixel perfect. But anyway, so. Oh, actually, okay, I get to explain what a cobweb is. So basically, a cobweb, or a corner boost wall boost, okay, where do I start? Okay, so basically, obviously hold and grab, buffer this jump here, but you have to let go of all the directions because this is a wall boost like it is from before, when I first explained wall boosts. Except the wall boost part of it comes later, here, and see how my speed is like reversed. And this is actually used in speed running, in like ARB, like all red berries speedruns. You can use it here. If you do a corner boost, wall boost here, you can just get this berry like that. Okay, well I died, but like, I like let go of all directions, and then I can just jump, and then it reverses my speed. I collect the berry, bam, and it looks really funky because it looks like I just hit this like invisible thing, but yeah, I didn't because it's a corner boost, wall boost. I love that tech, it's so cool. It looks so stupid, but I love it. Yeah, so that's what that is. Yeah, so you just corner boost without holding any directions, and then it like, yeah, since you hold right here within 11 frames of the cobweb, then you can hold right and your speed will be, will like, I mean it won't be reversed because it's, you have like less speed to the right, but yeah, your speed will just go to 0 and then turn into just a wall boost speed. Okay, then this part, this is just one, this is a wall boost again, but like you don't actually travel left because there's a wall in the way, so yeah. Oh, actually, okay, so this is an overclock. So an overclock is basically you have, what, like 115 stamina, I think, is the base stamina amount. 110, okay, yeah, so you have 110 stamina usually. But if you collect a... Okay, wait, actually, okay. Another thing about wall boosts is they refund your stamina. So usually a climb jump, usually you only have 5 climb jumps of stamina before you run out, but because, you know, a climb takes up a certain amount of stamina, it's quite a lot compared to a climb jump, sorry, not a climb. Climb jump takes up a lot of stamina, so you can only do 5 of them. But an overclock is basically your stamina is refunded at the same time as collecting the crystal, so you go beyond the maximum amount of stamina, and you get like what, like I think it's 130 something. You get 130, 136, I think. I'm probably wrong. I don't know. You get roughly that amount of stamina, so it's like more than you should be, more stamina than you normally have, which allows you to do more overclocks, more climb jumps than you usually could, or one more to be precise. Then at this part, you grab onto this for a second to like stop your momentum going towards the right to make this easier. So you can grab onto that ledge, because usually, you know, if you imagine just trying to grab onto that ledge without... Yeah, it's just more difficult. So you just grab onto that little jump through, then fall down. That lines you up perfectly. Okay. Now the dreaded crouch climb. Okay, this is another cobweb. I love that tech, cobweb. Yeah, so hold, grab, climb, jump. You can't hold any directions because otherwise it's not a cobweb, it's just a corner boost. Okay. Hold left here. That reverses your speed. Crouch jump, and then see all the red tiles equals 1 climb jump per red tile. So this is really difficult because these all have to be wall boosts. Or not all of them, I think you have like 1 or 2 lenience, like one, you can risk climb jumping 1 or 2 of these, but that's it. The rest, they have to be wall boosts, otherwise you don't have enough stamina for the end. So that means that you have to press left, climb jump, without holding any direction, then press right, then let go of right, climb jump, then press left, let go of left, climb jump again, then press right, let go of right, climb jump, and you basically have to repeat that for every wall boost. Like for every direction switch, you can't jump at the same time as switching directions, because then it's not a wall boost and your stamina doesn't get refunded. So that's why this part is so hard, because you have to get this very specific rhythm for this whole part, so that none of them are climb jumps. They all, as I said before, you get 1 or 2 leniency, but you should just aim for all of them to be wall boosts, which makes this really hard. So if you watch my input display, you'll see at no points am I pressing jump and a direction at the same time. Yeah. Then this part is especially hard because you have to just switch directions, which is so bad, which is so messed up. This direction switch is like genuinely so evil. I lost so many runs to it, you don't even know how many runs I lost to that. But that's like one of the only dieable parts of this room, of this like crouch climb section. The other dieable part is not having enough stamina to, because this last one has to be a crouch climb, like that's the stamina check at the end, is that this last one has to be a crouch climb so that you can fit into this little gap. Yeah. Now, the reason why my room 4 consistency was so variable over the months is because of this crouch climb. It was so variable whether, I don't know, it's just so weird. Sometimes the rhythm that I had baked into my muscle memory for like, I don't even know. I have so many hours in this one room. I'll check how many hours I have in room 4. What? Which one is it? Yeah, 20. I have 21 hours in this room. So you can imagine how much muscle memory I have for this. But just for no reason, the rhythm I use for this crouch climb just suddenly wouldn't work. And it wasn't like a fluke, because it would stay like that for like months. Or like weeks. Maybe not months, but weeks. I had 3... It changed 3 times. 4 times actually. First, it started as the rhythm that I cleared the room with. It worked. And then like a few weeks into golden grinding, it just suddenly didn't work. That was the first change. Then to fix this, I would anchor. I would have to have so to fix this, I would have to anchor my middle finger, because I use WASD, and left and right and A and D. So I'd have to anchor my middle finger on the S key, on the down key. Actually, I'll open up my input. Actually, I should probably open up my input display, but whatever. Yeah, I would anchor it, and then, do the... Okay, actually, you know what? I'm opening my input display. Is it actually showing? Yeah. So look, this is the normal rhythm. I'd go like... That's like the normal rhythm. But just sometimes, for no reason, that wouldn't work. So I would have to anchor this so that... Because like when I anchor this middle finger, it makes it easier to press these two buttons on the side. Yeah, so I'll do that to fix it. Except when I anchored my middle finger, I would notice that more frequently I would not have enough stamina at the end to get the last wall boost. And that means that since I was anchoring my middle finger like that, I would just sometimes be pressing A and D for too long, and it would make a wall boost into just a regular climb jump, and that's like bad. And then I would lose stamina from that. So it was like a trade-off, basically. Like, my regular rhythm wouldn't work, so I would anchor this finger and do that. Except that would mean that the stamina is like tighter than usual, because just for some reason I just tend to hold A and D down for longer if I'm pressing S. I don't know why. It just happens to work like that. Who knows why? Yeah, anyway. It's just weird. And then, so that was the second time it switched. Then one day I just decided to do my regular one again without anchoring the S key, just doing this. And then it just worked. And then it just stayed like that for another like 2 months or something of this working. And then it changed again. Oh yeah, and I actually, when I was anchoring like this, my golden success rate on room 4 was probably around like 30%. Then suddenly it just switched, and I could do my regular rhythm again, and then my golden success rate went right up to 37%. And then suddenly, like a few weeks before I got the golden, it changed again, and suddenly I had to anchor again. And it started going back down, and if I got this golden later, it would have gone back probably down to like 34%. But luckily I got it like soon after the switch. But like, I don't know what it was. It was so weird. Like, room 4 is like the like arch nemesis of muscle memory. It's so weird. Anyway, yeah, so that's why room 4 sucks. That didn't take like 30 minutes, my bad. This is just a dash into the jump through just there. Yep. Then, oh yeah, the dash is to reset your subpixels again, of course. This is a demo hyper. This is just another regular like bubble retention. You get the coyote frames, and then do a super. Then here it doesn't look like it, but you can actually touch the ground there. So, bam, touch the ground. Then you keep on holding down right so you can crouch jump. Don't hit your head. And then keep on holding down right again, because then you do another crouch jump. Then red block, that indicates a jump, like usual. You reset your subpixels, also hold right into this wall, so that you reset both vertically and horizontally. Yeah, just jump, turn right, do another climb jump here. Now this part used to suck, but I found out the proper way to do it, which is that you reset subpixels here, then you do an upright dash and then reset again. You don't actually need to reset again, but you do need to have a slow fall here, so it's just, you just have to, oh yeah, actually I guess I should say, slow fall within, slow fall is when you hold jump and your gravity is divided by 2, so you you fall half as quickly, twice as slow, but it only happens within like plus or minus 40 speed, I think it is. I don't know the exact number, but it only happens if your speed is within a certain bound, and it is within this bound here because right now it is 0. So yeah, slow fall. Actually, yeah, also, if you want to see why, I made a video like 2 or 3 months ago about how I finally like figured out what the hell was going on here, and it was just so insane that I had to make a video about it. So if you want to see, you know, what the deal is with this part, I guess just watch that video. Anyway, yeah, demo, up dash. Actually, yeah, this has to be a slow fall. Oh, I'll go back. Yeah, this part here has to be a slow fall, otherwise you like, I think you get 0 framed. Yeah, buffer all those dashes, they all have to be dashes, except for that first one. Dash right, buffer a jump off this wall. Yeah, nothing special. And if you do that all right, then, and you buffer this jump here, then you won't die to this part. And this is the check. This is like the subpixel check to see if you did this whole part and like all this normalization here, all these buffers. This is the check to see if you did that right. If you did it right, then you'll pass it like I did, obviously. But if you didn't do it right, you will hit these spikes right here and die. This is just a demo up left and then reverse corner boost. A reverse corner boost is just a normal corner boost, but like from the reverse angle. So you actually lose 40 speed because you gain 40 speed in the opposite direction, which means that you lose 40 speed. But speed doesn't matter at this part, so that's fine. This part is kind of weird. Basically, you want to get the corner boost and then let go of right, because if you hold right for too long, if you hold right for this whole time, then you just die to these spikes. So you have to let go of right, and then jump, and then hold right again so that you can fit into the gap. So it's a bit weird, but like also you get used to it after a bit, so it's fine. Then this is just a bunch of crunch jumps, that's fine. God, I did not think this would take this. I'm already an hour in, what the fuck? Holy shit. I might have to do this in more than one session, because this is like... I'm only 1 minute into the golden, oh my god. Okay, anyway, that's fine. Okay, this part, you have to do a downright dash into this part. It's really weird, I don't understand it. I think there's like a dash count trigger there that you like miss or something. I don't know, it's like the weirdest thing ever. Like, is he just invented a new tech or something? It's so, I mean, like, I don't know what this trigger exactly is, but like a max dashes trigger, I don't know, it's weird. But anyway, if you for some reason, if you just hold right into it, then, oh whoops, if you hold right, then you don't, okay wait, why am I just collecting it now? What? Wait, was that updated? No way, hang on. Am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. I have to check. I'll save state, I guess. Yeah, okay, so yeah. If you just hold right into this wall, you don't collect this this dash trigger, even though, I mean, this dash crystal, even though you should, you just don't, and I have no idea why. I guess the max dashes trigger is like, makes it so, sets your dashes to 0 or something. Oh wait, actually maybe that's why, because you like use up your dash by doing that, and then, I don't know, actually I have no idea. Because also, if you just do a straight dash, it doesn't work. So you have to do a down right dash, and then you can collect the crystal. It's so weird. I do not understand why. Literally invented a new tech. I don't get it. Anyway. This is another overclock. Same thing as before. You have more stamina than you should have at this part. Wall kick here, that's fine. Keep on holding left, because, yeah. Keep on holding left so that you turn back towards the wall after the wall kick, and then do another wall kick. Corner kick, 2 corner kicks, that's easy. Then at this part, you want to crouch into the bubble to HIIII the bubble. You don't want to crouch too early. Also, you don't want to dash, because you have to save the dash for the very end of the room. So yeah, you have to crouch pretty late here so that you still get the speed. Because when you crouch, your friction, you have more friction on the ground. Because I guess that kind of makes sense. Yeah, HIIII the bubble, then you get enough height to reach this other bubble. Buffer a wall bounce here. Now this part is kind of funny actually, because I kept on... Okay, wait, actually first I'll show you the part I'm dying to. So this is just a neutral corner kick. Turn left. Oh no, don't turn left. Another neutral here. Okay, then this part. This is what I kept on dying to, this spinner here, because I was too high and I had no idea why. It turns out this corner kick here is actually like a 3-frame window. Yeah, and I didn't actually know it was a 3-frame window, because you can actually hit this late, which means that you're higher than normal, which means that when you do this, you're also higher, and then you hit this spinner. It's really weird. I didn't know this, but yeah. So you can actually just not buffer this and then die like later and not know the reason. Actually, I never even mentioned, but yeah, I'm so stupid. I never even mentioned, but in room 4, in room 3, the end of room 3, I think this is the only 2-frame input in the entire map, is this jump release. This is a 2-frame window, this jump release here. Because, yeah, if you hold it for too long, then you go here. Too early, you go here. You die both times. There's only 2 frames that this works. So yeah, it's kind of funny that I still have a 53% pass rate on this room. And an 18 streak is kind of crazy. I don't know how I did that. Anyway. I already explained that part. That's just a climb jump. Another corner kick. This is a neutral corner kick. Then turn left. Kind of self-explanatory. Climb jump. Okay, this is all self-explanatory. This part's kind of hard because you have to do 2 neutral corner kicks. 2 neutral sorries. Sorries? What the... Okay, bro. I've been recording for too long. I need a break. Anyway. This is 2 neutrals. Not... Okay. Yeah, 2 neutrals. This is hard because you have to press the 2 jump buttons pretty quick succession. And if you do it too quickly, then you just end up doing a double neutral off this wall, which kills you. So and also you can't do it too late, because you can't do the two jump inputs too slow, because then you die to the second one. So it has to be within a certain margin, and it's like really hard. Same story here. And then this part is also really funky. Yeah, it's just a bunch of neutrals, except it's like really variable how much height you have by the end of it. So the way I tried to normalize it is I would do this neutral when just before my head hit the wall, or just as my head hit the wall. Because then, yeah. But also that's like, yeah, also actually you want to do this last neutral also pretty late, like before your head hits the wall, or like as your head hits the wall. It's really weird. This is like a really evil thing to have right at the end of the first checkpoint, because like getting past room 4 is already so kind of rare. I mean, not so rare, but like I might only have a few runs past room 4 in a session, and then it's like, don't die to room 5, otherwise you suck and I hate myself, you know. It's like dying to room 5 is so annoying. So yeah, you really have to lock in at this part, because otherwise you just like most disappointing death ever. You demo out of this bubble, and then again there's all the red tiles on the wall, and each red tile indicates a climb jump, and this is the same thing as room 4, where these all have to be wall boosts. So yeah, 2 climb jumps, turn left. Those 2 have to be actually, okay, I will say these 2 red tiles are not spaced correctly. This one should be here, because these 2 are much faster than they seem. Yeah. Then this one, this climb jump sucks, because if you do this climb jump too early, then the spikes come out and kill you. But and if you do it too late, actually, what even happens if you do it too late? I don't know. I think the spikes come out and kill you if you do it too late as well. So it's like really hard to actually get the right timing, especially because it's the last like 5 seconds of the first checkpoint. So like, I mean, my heart rate's 107 here, which is a lot higher than usual, but like this is where you start to get the first wave of nerves, because it's like very slightly. Because you just don't want to die to room, like nobody wants to pass room 4 and die to room 5. Yeah, so these are all just like crouch climb, and then like press, you know, jump, press left, let go. Wait, where did I even press left? Hello? Oh yeah, there. So yeah, so jump, press left, let go of left, jump again. There's a few ways you can do this part, but the way I liked it the most is let myself just go right as far as the jump will take me, then uncrouch so that I corner correct, and then I'm against this wall, and then full jump here, which lets me grab onto this wall, and then quickly tap down before the spikes come out. Like there's like 1 or 2 pixels you can die on after these spikes come out. So as long as you tap down for like even a slight amount of frames, you'll survive. But it is really sad because I have died there a few times, which sucks. But yeah, that's the way I do it. You can also like you can also turn around and grab onto the left side. Wait, actually, I have a Celeste open. I can literally just show you. Oh. Yeah, so here, the way I would do it is uncrouch to corner correct, and then do that. You can grab onto the wall there. But you can also, like, how do I do it? Yeah, you can also do this, because then this automatically makes it so you don't die to those top spikes, and then you just let go, grab onto the second wall like that. So you can do it either way, but I found the other way more consistent. The way I do it here, which is the corner correcting way, and then just, you gotta make sure you tap down fast enough so you don't die to the spikes. In this part, you just go to the last bottom few pixels of the wall and demo through this gap. And this is just this can be a corner kick. No, this can be a wall kick or a climb or a jump, wall jump. But I like to do a wall jump because wall kick you would need to buffer it so that you get the right height. But wall jump, you can grab onto the wall for a bit and then do it. I don't know. I just found it more consistent. Okay, then you're into space. Bro, do I keep on going? Oh my god, it's already been like 1.5 hours almost. Jeez. Should I guess? Okay, I'll just keep on going. So, okay, dying to this room is the worst. You can see I have a 49, like my best streak on this room is 49. So like, yeah. Like, dying to this room is the equivalent of retrying during a cutscene or something. Like, it actually sucks. So you just want to climb up to the top of this wall. Jump. Jump to the left, grab to the right. That's fine. There's a breakable block here, and when you break a block, it like sets. I think when you break a block and hit a Kevin and like other things, it bumps you away from the wall by a set amount each time. So that's why you can go through this pixel perfect gap without dying, because it just sets your position. Then at this part, you hold left for like a few frames before crouching, so that you can get some momentum, and that lets you fall down. Then there's just 2 full height jumps here. 2 full height jumps lines you up with the edge of this block. Yep. Crouch jump, buffer a jump off that little ledge there. You can see that you can jump off that part. Yeah. And grab onto this wall. Then this is like the only dieable part of room 6, basically, is this part. Basically, what you do is climb jump climb jump right, let go of grab, buffer neutral, off that, buffer, wait, a neutral or a wall kick actually? Maybe I do a wall kick, what the hell? Oh my god, I think I do a wall kick, that's crazy. Oh wait, yeah, of course it's a wall kick, yeah. So yeah, climb jump right, buffer a wall kick there. And keep on holding right, because this whole time, just hold right. Because you just turn right eventually, since you're still holding right. And hitting this wall lines you up so that as you turn right, you get the perfect trajectory to climb jump off this corner here. Oh my god, my voice, bro. Oh my god. I don't think I've ever talked this long in my life. Yeah, so you just climb jump off that normally. That gives you the right height, that gives you the right distance. If you didn't do this correctly, you'll actually get too much distance here and just die. So that's how you know if you didn't do this correctly, if you get too much distance. Hang on, I'm gonna have a drink of water. Yeah, so corner kick here, buffer a demo to the right, corner boost, yeah, this is easy, just, yeah, I don't know, grab onto the wall, wall bounce, you can actually, there's a bit of wall here that you can wall bounce off of. Then you go into the bubble, do another corner boost. I think you demo that. Yeah, you demo the bubble. Corner boost off that. If you don't buffer this corner boost, you'll break the breakable block and that will kill you. So you have to buffer that so you don't break it. Then buffer a crouch jump here. My timer's in the way, but that gap, I'll turn off my timer, that gap there is what you're trying to crouch through. So if you don't crouch, then you die to that gap. And that's what's behind the timer, you can't see it. But yeah. And then you buffer this climb jump here, because if you don't buffer it, then you end up hitting that spinner there. And then for this part, you can stay crouched and just turn right, and then you actually go through this. The way I used to do it is like really shit. Like I used to, okay, wait, actually, I have to actually beat this room, oh my god. Oh, no way, okay, wow. Can you tell I'm out of practice? Okay, so for this, you want to buffer this. Oh wait, no, hang on, I've already explained that part. But for the room entry, the way I used to do it is let that happen, go up, tap left once here. Okay, well, I didn't really show it well there, but... What? Oh, I hate it when they do that. Oh my god, bro. Okay, yeah, so the way I used to do it is I would jump up, tap left a bit, and then quickly crouch jump before those spikes came out. But that way actually sucks, because I didn't even know that you could literally just buffer a crouch climb and just hold right, and that would work. So yeah, just buffer a crouch climb in the previous room. Yeah, just buffer this crouch climb, and then you can just hold right, and then you get to this part, and you never die. I mean, I never died to it anyway, but like, I probably would have by now, if I didn't switch strat. Okay, hi, it's a day later. My voice got tired, and, yeah. Also, by the way, what the fuck is this new YouTube UI? What is this? What am I looking at? That, it, like, updated while in the day that I took a break from this, and what is this, bro? So shit. Anyway, whatever. Also, I realized that my whole 1.5 hour recording yesterday wasn't even recording desktop audio, so that's so annoying. But anyway, whatever. I'll probably put like Stardew Valley music or something, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, but you can climb up this left wall, and the climb hop will align you for this up dash, which is what I started doing at the very end of the grind. So you want to do that. Yeah, like, this is so annoying because now you can't even see the stupid, like, oh my god, how do I, oh my god, YouTube is so shit. Like, you can't see my input display anymore. This is so shit. Wait, what, hello? What is that? Oh my god. It doesn't go away. That is insane. YouTube is so shit. Holy shit. Okay, anyway. I don't know how I'm going to show my input display, but this is a demo up into the dream block. It has to be a demo because otherwise you hit your head up here. And also it arches the bubble, I think. Or maybe not, I don't actually know. But you die anyway, so it doesn't matter if you don't do the demo. You buffer this rightwards to the right. Then right as the bubble, I think it's in dash cooldown frames. You can just buffer the dash up left, sorry. And I think it's another demo. Yeah, it's a demo. The reason that's a buffer is because of the dash cooldown frames, so it's like a 5-frame input, pretty okay. For this jump, you have to do it really early. Like it seems like, it seems a lot earlier than it should be. But basically, you can, if you don't buffer this jump, then it's like bad. You have to buffer that jump. Because if you don't buffer it, you die on this reverse. So yeah, have to buffer it. This is just a reverse hyper. Now this dash here, this demo here is, at first I thought if it was a 2-frame, but it's actually a 3-frame, and it's very close to being a 2-frame. It's also just kind of hard, and I died to it a few times. Sucked. So it actually sucks to die here. This is just a downright, which puts you into this. It breaks this crumble. No, not crumble. It breaks the breakable block, which sets your position to a consistent place. And then you want to demo upwards as well after that. You want to buffer all those, so like buffer downright, buffer demo, buffer jump as well here. It's possible to jump too late here, which makes it so this corner jump doesn't line up and you die further to the left here. So that's bad. You want to buffer that jump for the wall bounce hit there. This is just a corner jump. Also, don't hold grab. I think you can just grab onto these top things. Oh no, yeah. Don't hold grab for this part coming up. So yeah, that's just a corner jump. Another corner jump. This is the part that you can't hold grab because otherwise you grab onto this wall here and then you die. I mean, you don't die, but it's not good. And then there's a dash crystal right here. You just buffer an up dash with that crystal. Then, as I said before, dream blocks give freeze frames when you exit them. So with those freeze frames, you buffer an upright dash. And then at this crystal, you just buffer a down dash. These are all buffers. This is like kind of dieable sometimes. You can just do these dashes too early or something and just miss the buffer. I did that a few times, which sucks as well. But yeah, this is just a down dash. Then, since you're moving through the dream block as it's moving, then you get spat out like further right than you would because it's because the dream block is moving. Then this is a demo wall bounce. So yeah, you just demo up and then I don't think it's actually a buffer. It might not be. Oh, it might be actually. It's hard to tell. But it's definitely like either first or second frame. And then this is really hard. This part you have to properly time this right press. And, you know, my visual cue is just passing these spikes, but, like, also it's kind of hard to, like, use that visual cue because you're going so fast. So this is hard, this right press. Then this is, like, probably one of the hardest, like, singular inputs in the entire map. Because basically, just this whole kind of, I mean, I guess it's not one input, but, like, just this whole dream block section here is like probably the hardest few inputs in the map. Because basically for this you want to buffer 2 climb jumps, and you have to buffer them because otherwise the dream zipper gets activated, and you don't want that yet. So you have to buffer those 2 climb jumps, which is already pretty hard. Then there's a few ways to do this part. The way I like to do it is I buffer these 2, I do these 2 jumps off the dream block in like quick succession. And in the freeze frames, when I collect this crystal, if you do these jumps, you hit the top of the crystal. It doesn't even look like I should hit it, but like hitboxes are probably a bit weird. So when you collect this crystal, in the freeze frames, you release right. So you see the frozen, I release right, the next frame. Then that doesn't actually line you up, so you have to do a little correction to the right. But I just found that most consistent. I've never checked the frame window on it, but it's like more consistent than other ways I tried. Then also this part sucks because, okay, you have to turn left and grab. You have to turn left, grab, and dash left at this part. But the problem with that is that when you turn left, you can grab the top of this block and like the very top of it, which means that you actually just die to these spikes, which sucks. So you actually have to wait until you pass the spikes before dashing. But then also, this part, I think where I dash here is like basically the last frame that you can dash, because otherwise there's a spinner in this, like on the ground here, in this dream block right now, that kills you if you're too low. So this dash, this left dash, I mean, honestly, it's probably a 3 frame. I've never tried it. I've never like tested the frame window, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a 2 or 3 frame input. It's like so bad. Anyway, yeah, so you dash left into this block and then grab the right side of it. And then and then you right demo into it. This is kind of a big frame window. I've never checked it, but it's probably like 5 or 6 frames that you can dash into this demo into it. And this is, you don't want to do it too early because otherwise you go onto the right side and you get squashed between the little block here and the dream block. So you have to wait until to right demo, and then you can pass through it without getting squashed. And then right now it might not look like it, but Madeline is actually crouched right now. When you demo through a dream block and then grab it on the other side, you stay crouched until you move down, and that's the same thing as before where you can't be crouched while moving down, so you have to, well, you don't have to, but the way, just to make this, as consistent as possible, I just normalize everything. So for this part, I would always move down, so I'm uncrouched. Now I'm uncrouched since I've moved down. And then I'll just line up my hair with the top pixel. Like, I don't think that actually, I don't think if you're not using the Fox skin mod, then it's actually different, but this is just the pixel that I like to line up to. This is like my comfort pixel for this part. Just because it was like most consistent, and it just, yeah, it's just the best part, best pixel. Scientifically the best pixel, by the way. And then at this part, there's just another climb jump. To normalize subpixels, you hold right into the wall, so you normalize vertically and horizontally, like all the other ones. Then, oh fucking hell, YouTube, bro. You can't see it right now, but I'm holding jump. I hate YouTube so much. What is this? Like, how can I fix this? Yeah, okay. You can see I'm holding jump. That's one of my jump inputs there. So, wait, how did I get to back to... Oh, yeah. Yeah, so you jump into that and keep on holding jump, so you slow fall into this crystal. I think if you don't slow fall, you can get 0 frame potentially. I've never actually checked because I've just always slow fall. Never had a reason not to. Buffer this left demo into the dream block. Also, actually, okay, by the way, this part is a good example. So, crystals have an animation where they bob up and down. If you look at any crystal, they like bob up and down. Like, look. I mean, you know, any civilized player knows they bob on up and down. But that's not the hitboxes, that's only visual. So the hitbox stays in the same place. And that cycle is actually a global cycle, which means that it's not like normalized per room entry. It's just like, yeah, it's a global cycle. So it sucks particularly when you have to fall into a crystal and dash, because this crystal can be visually all like pretty far down without actually being there, because, you know, the hitbox stays in the same place. So some of these, I think the worst offender is this crystal in room 4 here. Like sometimes, like right now you can't even see it, but sometimes it can be all the way up there. And the hitbox of it is also like a square, like, this is a diamond shape, the crystal is a diamond shape, but the hitbox is a square shape, which means that, like this crystal, when it goes back down into the lowest state, look, so when you can't even see visually right now, but the corner of its hitbox is like here, where my cursor is. So it's like, this is the worst offender right here. This can get pretty bad, and I've died to it so many times just because it's sometimes really hard to get a visual of where the hitbox actually is. Yeah, so kind of same deal here in room 7. It's not as bad because it's not like, you're not falling it from it like that, you're falling it from it up here, which is like, I think the edge of the hitbox is basically the edge of the sprite, but still, it's bad sometimes if you get like unlucky with the global cycle. So yeah, that's a left demo into the block, jump out of the block, that's fine. This is just an up demo, up demo wall bounce. I think not really anything special about that. Yeah, keep on holding left, and also hold down eventually when you reach like roughly the peak of the wall bounce, you hold down left as well, so that when you hit this block you crouch jump and then you can start crouch climbing. And this is the same as every other crouch climb. You have to let go of whichever direction. Oh, actually, you know what? I don't even do that, so maybe... Okay, I don't think you need to wall boost this, you can just do it normally, but yeah. Also, there's like 2 ways to do it, if you remember the red block. The red blocks indicate the jumps, so like, this usually is 3 jumps apparently, according to the red blocks, but like, I kind of don't do that. I just found it more consistent to do 1 jump here, two quick jumps there, turn to the left, do 1 jump there, and then turn right. I just found it most consistent, because then also this last jump usually puts you like here, so you can left dash and do the normalized subpixel thing on this jump through. Other people do like 1 jump, 2 jumps, but I found it better to do 1 jump, 2 jumps, 1 jump. I don't know, that's just me. I found it more consistent. This is just a regular hyper. You don't want to do an instant hyper, because hypers actually uncrouch you when you do them, and since this is a 1 block corridor, you hit your head when you uncrouch, and that's not good. I think it basically just turns into a dash. I think. I can't actually remember because I don't do it, but you want to wait until like the middle of the coyote frames to do the jump, like roughly here, and not there, just so you don't get uncrouched and so when you do uncrouched, it's not like in the 1 block corridor. Yeah, so you do that. This is buffer left, down, right dash, and once you buffer that, you just want to let go of all directions, because this corridor just lines up so that if you do that down, right dash and then let go of all directions, you just live. There's just a neutral, lines you up to grab the top of that block. That's fine. Well, actually my headphone cord is getting in the way of my phone. Okay. Yeah, so you grab onto the top of that, normalize the subpixels while also holding into it, like always. Horizontal and vertical. Then this part, a lot of people get confused with this part. So this is a write demo into the block. Then you want to let go of grab, and then buffer the jump before you buffer the jump out of the dream block, because that lines you up with the bubble. What a lot of people do is they wait for the freeze frames of the dream block before jumping, but that means that you're 1 frame off, like you're 1 in-game frame off what you should be doing. So you want to press jump like in the dream block, not here, because that means that you're jumping 1 frame too late, 1 in-game frame too late. And also hold left at the same time as jumping. Also, this right dash kind of sucks, because since it's such a small block and you have to turn left so quickly, you can just redirect the dash and just dash left into here, which sucks. Oh yeah, also, I guess I never explained what a redirect is. Dashes give freeze frames, and if you press a certain direction at the start of those freeze frames, well, yeah, basically the dash direction is determined by whichever direction you're holding in the last freeze frame. So you can hold right for like 3 frames or whatever, and then hold left for the last frame, and then you dash left. So this is what happens here. You can just dash, press right, and then press left too quickly, and you just redirect into here. So be wary of that as well. So yeah, buffer this in the dream block, not in the dream block freeze frames, and hold left at the same time. And then you can also just let go of left, like I do. You can let go like pretty early here, because you just get aligned anyway. This is a reverse corner boost. You demo the block, you demo the bubble to the upright, and then turn left, jump, climb jump, and then you get a reverse corner boost. Then keep on holding left, and you will uncrouch here, at which point you do a corner kick, because there's a red block there. So you corner kick left once you uncrouch. That's just a timing you have to like remember. It's a pretty wide timing window, so it's like not too bad. This is just another jump. That's easy. You can buffer that jump. Yeah, grab onto that wall. This part kind of sucks, because this is 2 jumps in quick succession, and sometimes you can just do the jumps too quickly or too slowly. So yeah, that second jump is kind of annoying to time sometimes. Like I've died there a few times in golden runs, and it's not fun. But yeah, you jump off that. Both 1 jump here, 1 jump here. Yeah. Okay, this neutral was the bane of my existence for like a long time, and here's why. So, order of operations. When you're grabbing a wall, it checks for your grab pretty late in the frame. So, if you imagine there's physics like the physics of Celeste, when you the order of operations within the frame is which order the game like recognizes and calculates like Madeline's just everything, like all of the different states that she's in and stuff. And the check for grab is late in the frame. So what that means is that, so a frame is 16.6 repeating milliseconds. So what happens is that you can let go of grab in the first few milliseconds of the frame, then press jump without holding grab in the next few, like let's say you, like millisecond number 6 in the frame, you let go of grab, and then millisecond number 10 you jump. Even though in real life you weren't holding jump and grab at the same time, the game still registers you as doing a climb jump because of the order of operations. So since this neutral has to be like pretty optimal, because if you fall down too far, you just die to these, there's literally a spike like right there, you just die. So you have to let go of grab and jump pretty optimally, and that can sometimes just lead to dying because of order of operations, which is the stupidest death. Like, it's actually crazy. So yeah, this jump is really hard. This neutral is like, yeah, it's deceptively hard. Yeah, so demo this bubble to the left, and then do a hyper off. There's a little block there, just behind this low death thing. And this is just a regular hyper. Then for this part, you have to do a little jump and hold downs to fast fall past these spikes. Because if you just let go of grab here and fall normally, or even fast fall from here, these spikes come out too quickly and you die. So you need to get some extra speed with a bit of extra height here. And then at this part, if you've got a good keyboard, you can just one frame tap here. Like that. I mean, why am I saying like that? Like, you can't even see, but like, anyway, you can probably hear it, but like, yeah, you one frame tap, and then that makes you fall down the 2 blocks, like that. And then just one more like small tap. And then that just lines you up so you're like at the edge of this block here. Like that, so that when you uncrouch, it like corner corrects you. And then, you know, little hop, grab up, and then just do that, yep. For this part, I liked to grab onto this wall before the room transition. I don't think it even matters, but like, it was just less scary to like climb jump up into this transition instead of jumping like diagonally right into the transition and hitting this wall after the transition, just because, like, no reason, I just found it more like safe. I don't know. Anyway, this is just an instant super. You let go of jump in the freeze frames of this crystal. Hold down left at this part, and as you crouch, you fall down past the block, and then you can jump in coyote frames in the freeze frames of this crystal. Like that. You gotta jump there because that's just the coyote frames. And here, I dash into this wall. I mean, you don't need to actually, but this is just so that I collect this crystal, but like also you just collect it anyway. So I don't know why I did that. I just saw other people doing it and never like thought about not doing it. This is just a demo upwards and wall bounce off this corner that has a spike on it, because that's like wall bounce leniency. You have like 2 pixels or 3 pixels on the edge of every wall that you can wall bounce. So yeah, this is just buffering a down right demo. It's better to do a demo here, not a regular dash, because you get more head height. And then corner boost off that, and this is actually a Dultra, which is kind of funny. It's not like, you don't ever notice it because you have so little speed anyway, but that is a ultra, like a delayed ultra. And again, at this crystal, you let go of jump in the freeze frames of that crystal. Then at this part, you want to jump like kind of, I mean, just as you leave the block, you want to jump. You can also jump pretty late, but depending on how late you have to jump here, you have to let go of right earlier. So if you jump on the last coyote frame here, then you have to let go of right at this part, like pretty early. But then if you do this jump early, let go of right late, early, late, yeah. And then this is just a neutral off that corner. That's not even intended. The intended is to grab that wall and then do some other stuff. I don't even remember because I never did that even for my original clear, but this is just I think this is just more frames and it's just easier, so just do this. Jump off that corner, or neutral off that corner. This just fall down, grab. Neutral off that. This is also another instance where you can accidentally just neutral and hold grab at the same time and climb jump into this spike up here, like at the end of room 7. It's like not as bad as room 7, but it's still it still got me like 1 or 2 times. So yeah, neutral, then neutral off this corner as well, and then do an upright demo. And this part is kind of weird because this is basically just to outrun these spikes because they like come out pretty quickly. So if you're not at the right like vertical height, you can just die to these spikes. So you have to do these 2 neutrals and the dash and the demo at the right like time. It's pretty specific. And then you do 2 climb jumps. Oh no, 1 climb jump, sorry. Then at this point you're pretty low on stamina, so you don't correct it into that. You don't like sub-pixel correct into that corner at all. You just jump left. Then yeah, just jump there. Then that if you did that all right, you should line up in the same place every time here. This climb jump sometimes gives you variable height depending on when you do it, so you want to buffer it every time so that you get the same height at this part. Then this is a left demo, sorry. I think this is like basically the full distance that your dash attack lasts for, and dash attack is like the state that you're in that lets you enter dream blocks, and like I think it also determines whether you can break crumble blocks. So you want to let go of grab so that you don't grab onto this block, because if you can grab onto this block, and that's sad because if you grab onto it, then you don't break it. So you want to let go of grab before you hit it, which is kind of hard to do because you have to hold grab here, demo left, then let go of grab. So yeah, it's kind of weird, but you get used to it. And then in the freeze frames, you have to make sure it's in the freeze frames of breaking this. You turn right in the freeze frames. Then that, if you do it correctly, it lines you up here to hit that crystal at the right height and do a right demo. Then you corner jump off here, off this corner, the spiked corner, and then demo down left when you collect that. Then here there's a teeny bit of ground that you can stand on here, which lets you get coyote frames, and you have to do this jump in coyote frames. Like there's no non-coyote frame that you can jump on, because if you jump while you're still on the ground, you hit these spikes, so you have to do it in coyote frames. and then you enter this this bubble crouched as well, so you archie it. Take it down left. At this part, you buffer an up demo. There's a crystal in here, which is hard to see because it's hidden by the spikes, but there's a crystal there. And then you collect it, buffer an up demo. And then this is just a wall bounce. You have to press left before you do the wall bounce, because otherwise... honestly, I don't even know why. Although, actually, now that I think about it, it might be because you have to move left. I think it's so that you don't do the wall bounce in the leniency pixels, you do it like on the wall. I think that's why. But yeah, you want to hold left here before you do the jump, because otherwise you're too far right. This is just a left demo, reverse hyper, and then buffer a down right demo into the bubble. No, not into the bubble, sorry. Into the breakable block here. These are all buffers because this is buffer this with the crystal, and then you do the jump, you do the reverse, and then you buffer in the dash cooldown frames. Down right. You buffer down right in the cooldown frames. Then you hit the block. Get the right height. Yep. Take the bubble upright. This is just a corner boost here. Then at this part, there's a jump through that is small, or like invisible, actually, probably. You just climb up into it so you get the right height. Then it's just a wall jump to grab onto this. And I used to not do that because it doesn't really matter, to be honest, but like it is just better to just line up using the jump through so that you grab this at the same height every time. This is just a reverse hyper. Here you can wait like a long time, and I found it more... You also don't hold grab, obviously, but I found it more consistent to just wait here like quite a while. I don't know why I did, but I just did. This is just a left demo. Then here, at this crystal, you want to redirect this dash, because if you let go of left too early, then you're too far right. So you have to redirect this dash. Well, you don't have to, but it's like it's good that you do, if you do. And this is a dash, not a demo. And then wall bounce off the block, because the block comes to left here and you can wall bounce off it. And buffer a right demo. Oh, now, oh my god, this is a, I mean, the joke name is a shaboing boing. Wait, what's the actual tech name? How did I forget this? Oh yeah, dash bounce. This is a dash bounce. These are really cool. So, the way they work is the way a wall bounce works is you dash while in like dash attack or something, I think it is. You jump, and then the jump works on a timer basis, which is 11 frames. So you get, or maybe for a wall bounce it's actually more, but yeah, it's timer based. And what that means is that you can do other stuff while that timer is running. And here, if you dash right while you still have the jump timer active, then you still get the boot, like you still get lifted up as if you're jumping, which means that you just get this dash that's like curved upwards, and it's really weird. It's a 2-frame, usually if you do it raw, it's like a 2-frame window, but with a dash crystal, obviously it's a bigger frame window. But yeah, dash bounces are really cool. So yeah, and since it's a demo that you stay crouched and you crouch climb here, this is just another crouch climb. Also, this part is really cool. Like, this is probably it's kind of, I mean, I never really acknowledge how cool this is. Like this wall bounce into a dash bounce into crouch climb. Like that's cool. At this part, this jump can just line you up for this gap, but just in case, I always climb jump here because sometimes it doesn't line you up at the gap, and if you don't do an extra climb jump, you just die. So, and there's no bad thing about just doing an extra climb jump, so I always did that. And you see, I needed it here, so yeah. Then at this part, you align with this jump through here, and usually, actually I'll show it because it's kind of it's a pretty funky like invisible subpixel thing, but for that. So for this this part, you have to be aligned with this like jump through, and normally you have 0.5 like horizontal and vertical, but even if you're on the same pixel and you just like correct into it, oh okay, well, okay, that just worked, but you can align with it, and then you have to let go of down to like correct your subpixels, so it's like an invisible subpixel correction, but yeah, basically if you align with it without using that if you align with it just straight away, then you don't need to do anything, you can just do it. But if you align with it like if you have to manually align with it, then you have to let go of grab so that you don't die. I mean, not like you don't die like that, but yeah, you have to let go of down so that you don't die. It's cool. Anyway, okay, I'll exit the map. Yeah, so I didn't actually need to do it in this run, but yeah. This is just a buffered crouch jump here. You enter the bubble crouch, so you archie it. This is just a down left dash buffered at that crystal. And then here you do a corner slip. I love corner slips, they're so cool. Where you're grounded here. Which means that you have coyote frames, except you pass the ground, and you have the coyote frames past the ground. So it's really cool. And then you jump in the freeze frames of this crystal. And also you let go of left, of course, because otherwise you just go flying to the left. So you have to let go of left as soon as you as soon as you do this down left dash. And then this is just a down dash. And this jump here kind of sucks because you have to do a small jump here, which means that you can't really buffer it because, let's say it's a 2-frame jump, as in like you have to hold jump for 2 frames, so it's small enough to not die up here, which means that you can't actually buffer it normally, because if you do a 2-frame jump 3 frames before you're allowed to, then there's no, it doesn't jump. It doesn't register any input. So this is kind of hard. You need to like wait pretty late and then do a little jump. Oh, actually, oh my god. And then this part, you just go into this gap here to align yourself here and then wall bounce up. And usually, you press left and then have to just 1 frame tap until you enter it. But you can let go of left frame perfectly and enter the gap. And I did that. It's so funny. I got the 1 frame release. I got the frame perfect. So like clearly that's why I got the golden, because the run was just like blessed or something. But yeah, that's a frame perfect release to make it into that gap without correcting. This is just a wall bounce to the right, and then like somewhere in the transition you just let go of right. Oh, I actually do it before the transition, but yeah, you let go of right before you hit these spikes here. And then, oh, you can't see it again because of YouTube's new stupid UI. Oh my god. This is just a crouch jump here. So you land here, there's a little platform here. Crouch jump right, and then crouch jump again. Yeah. Oh my god, I hate how YouTube has just done this, but yeah, that's what that is. Oh yeah, room 9, by the way. This is another like hell room. And it's actually really funny that I ended up by the end of it, having a better pass rate on room 9 than room 4. Like, that's how fucked up room 4 was by the end of it. But usually I don't have, usually room 9 is the hardest non-Venus room in the map. So this is just an up demo into this wall. Whoops. Wall bounce. You have to press right before you do the wall bounce, because it's like a delayed wall bounce, I think. And also, you have to press right to reach, so that you can reach the pixels, the leniency pixels for the wall bounce. And then, again, this is another bubble retention that gives you coyote frames, because there's a jump through here. I think it's actually invisible for some reason, but yeah, there's a jump through here. You get coyote frames, and then do the hyper. Why have I just forgotten words? Do the hyper. Then here, buffer and upright demo, RCB, reverse corner boost off this. So upright demo, turn left, jump left, climb jump left, and then you get this kind of boost. I mean, it's not a boost, I guess, since you lose 40 speed, but yeah, you just go right. Then this is another demo, this bubble. Also for this part, again, you can't see it because YouTube is stupid, but I use my first I use my first jump button for this RCB. Keep on holding it down, and keep it held down throughout this whole thing. And also for this bubble, you want to let go of all. Oh wait, I forgot to say, but for basically every bubble hyper, you want to let go of all directions. I should have said that. That's kind of annoying, but yeah, for basically every bubble hyper in this map, you want to let go of every direction. Just because like there's some weirdness with like properly centering you when you get into a bubble. If you're like holding directions, it centers you like differently or something. It's kind of weird, but I think that's what it is. But anyway, you want to let go of basically for every bubble hyper or like bubble retention, anything in this map, you just want to let go of all directions. Anyway, yeah, so I still have jump held throughout this whole thing, and then basically when the bubble spits you out, you have to wait to slow bubble it, and then as it slow bubbles, you jump. So you get the coyote frames, and you get just a neutral super because you're not holding any directions. Oh yeah, actually yeah. So while you're in the bubble, yeah. So you demo upright, then you turn left while in the bubble, and then you want to let go of left and then do the second jump with your secondary jump input. So this whole sequence is kind of like hard to do correctly. Yeah, it's weird, but yeah. This is just a demo, right demo, buffer it in the dream, what? In the dash crystals. Dash crystal freeze frames. This is just jump left after the right demo. This you want to redirect as well. I didn't even redirect it, that's funny, but you want to keep on holding left until you hit the crystal, and then you hold up. If you stop holding left early, then you don't have enough distance, and then you just die up here. So to get through this gap properly, you have to hold left right until you hit the crystal. And then in the freeze frames, you press up. And this is an up demo. Wall bounce. This is a late wall bounce of that. And then for this part, I always took advantage of the fact that when you hold left and right at the same time, it takes priority on whichever one you pressed sooner. So for this part, you don't even need to let go of left. You can just press right. This is a dash upright, so look, you can literally just press right and left at the same time. And since you're holding left this whole time, it registers it as an upright dash, because you pressed right more recently. So yeah, that's good design. And it makes it more like ergonomic as well. It means that you don't need to let go of left. Because also you need to hold left again for this left demo, so yeah, it's good. Also this, left demo, hold right, so that you grab onto the right side of this block, and also you're crouched. It doesn't look like it because your sprite doesn't show it, but you're crouched at this part. Then here, you're grabbing the block, and you want to keep on holding jump since like quite a while ago, so that you get slow fall. And then I always waited until the block did the little like secondary stoppage thing, like that. I don't know why. It doesn't change anything, but I just did it anyway. Then you let go of grab and slow fall and hold left. And since you're traveling down, then you uncrouch, which makes it so that this dash can be a demo, because remember, you can't demo while you're crouched, so it's good that, you uncrouched while you fall. So this is a right demo through this block, and then hold down. No, don't hold down, never mind, I'm stupid. I don't know what I was saying, but yeah. Press left and do a wall kick off this wall here. And then let go of left before it's too late, because otherwise you don't get aligned for this gap. But yeah, a wall kick just aligns you with this gap. And then this is just an up dash. And then demo upright into this, has to be a demo, into this that breaks one of the crumble blocks, and then, not crumble blocks, breakable dash blocks. Yeah, demo upright, turn left, and then crouch climb here. You have to buff these so that you don't uncrouch as well. Then here you just climb jump to normalize subpixels like always. Keep on holding jump here as you jump left, and do these corner jumps with your secondary jump input, because it's just better. This is just 2 corner jumps, secondary jump input. Then this is a fast bubble. You have to fast bubble this. This has to be a fast bubble, because then you can buffer an up demo and wall bounce left. If you... Actually, you'll see, but yeah, this has to be a fast bubble. No other option. This is a wall bounce left, and you can see for this, I used a left jump keybind for this, just because I found it much easier. Especially with my keybinds, it's extremely difficult to jump left, and then do this other sequence of inputs you'll see, but yeah, so I used a left jump keybind for this. Also, the left part of my left jump is also movement only, so it means that I can hold it. If I hold the left only, movement only left and up, and then dash, I only dash up. I don't dash up left because it's a movement only bind, so it's that's useful, you'll see here. So yeah, you wall bounce left, with this left crystal, you do a right demo, buffer a right demo, and then do a reverse hyper to the left here. There's a teeny ledge here that you can jump off of. And then with this part, buffer a up dash, and then that lines you up perfectly for this pixel perfect spinner gap. Gives Madeline a nice haircut. You can see, you can barely even see her. And that's to break that dash block. But also actually, yeah, now that I'm showing it, you can see that I'm pressing left and up at the same time. But since it's a movement only bind, it means that I dash up instead of up left. So yeah, it's good. It makes that whole sequence a lot easier, because otherwise, I don't think I've ever been in this room without that kind of... The way I used to do it is actually really funny. And it was actually patched out. You can see in the patch notes of the Mos campaign, my cheese was patched out. Basically what I used to do, I could show it actually. I'll just go to my channel and like find some old video where I do it, but yeah, let's see. Maybe this one. Oh no, this is room 10. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so basically the way I used to do this is I would do this wall bounce neutral. I wouldn't hold left. I'd do it neutral. That would make me line up with this dash crystal instead of the left one. And then here I would buffer a down left dash and neutral off this. This was really hard because if you have to dash down left, but if you don't let go of left here, then it'll be a wall kick, obviously. So it's hard to like let go. It's hard to not get a redirect or anything like that with that down left dash. And then this left press was a 3-frame input, so it was kind of a trade-off. I get a more ergonomic like sequence of inputs, but it makes it a lot harder to actually do. Because also the subpixel is really weird with this. For this grab, you have to, in my old way of doing it, you had to slide down the walls after you grabbed to get proper subpixels. Like see, I grab the top of the wall and then I slide down a teeny bit, and then you can corner jump off that, and then up dash lines you up like the previous one does, except that was patched. You can see these spikes are higher up now, so you can't even do that anymore. But yeah, so that was funny. When that was patched, I was like, oh no, I'm never going to be able to do lxvi Golan, so I just never updated the map. But then eventually I just found out the new way with the left jump button, so it's like fine. I just updated after that. And then yeah, you fall down, do a neutral off that corner. This lines you up for that gap. Do another neutral, puts you into the bubble. And then for this, wait a second. Was I being stupid and the first one is actually... Oh my god, okay. The first one... Oh shit, okay, never mind. I was silly. The first time you use the bubble, it's a slow bubble. Did I say that? I don't even know. Did I say slow bubble or fast bubble the first time around? I can't remember, but first time around is a slow bubble, and then second time around is a fast bubble. My bad if anyone got tricked. Yeah, so this is a fast bubble, and then buffer and up dash here. Up demo. Then wall bounce to the right. Oops, wrong part. Buffer and up demo, wall bounce to the right. This is a demo left. This same thing as before, you just demo left, do a reverse hyper, then buffer that to break this block. And then that, you know, pushes you back to the left and lines you up to that gap. This is another part where the position of the crystal is sometimes a bit wacky because of the global cycle, but it's not bad. This is just a right demo. Then neutral off the, there's a jump through here, you neutral off that, and then grab onto that wall, climb up to the top and correct your subpixels into that corner. Jump right here, demo, and then in the freeze frames of this crystal, demo down right and corner boost off here. This is objectively easier if you do a demo, because it's really easy to grab onto the side of this jump through. So if you do a regular dash, for some reason you just grab onto this more often than if you do a demo. So you have to do I mean, you don't have to do a demo here, but it's just way more consistent to do a demo here, and then yeah, do the corner boost, let go of jump in the freeze frames of this crystal. Yeah, if you do that jump correctly, then you grab onto that wall at the same time every time. This is just a full jump, full height jump to the left, demo left. This is a corner boost, neutral corner boost as well, by the way. So this is the same thing as before with a cobweb, corner boost, wall boost, where you do a neutral climb jump and then that, yeah, you do the, sorry, what is it called again? Cobweb, yeah. Corner boost, wall boost. So you do the corner boost neutral so that you can press right in the freeze frames of this dash crystal. And that reverses your momentum, like, as always. Then, for this part, it's best to let go of grab, so that you wall kick here instead of wall jump. And this is because you can move up this wall a bit to get some extra height. And if you grab it, then you can't move up, so yeah, you want to wall kick that instead of wall jump. This is just a right demo, jump left, that's a hyper, reverse hyper, then buffer down demo, down left demo into this, and let go of grab here as well. Breaks that block, keep on holding left so that you grab this wall, and then correct your subpixels here. And as always, you have to hold left into it so that it's corrected vertically and horizontally. This is a jump, climb jump off this corner here as well. Nothing really hard about that. Okay, yeah, this part is hard. Okay, this sucks. This right release here is like a really tight input, because you want to neutral this jump here. You don't want to do a wall kick. Except you have to get the right distance. So this right release is like really tight. It's like 3 frames probably, maybe 4, but like also release timings are always harder than input, like pressing timings, because it's you know, it's harder to time a release than it is to time a press. Then this is just a up demo, wall bounce here. This is, you slow bubble this red bubble, you slow bubble into this, and then, I mean, you can do this anyway really, but I found it easier to slow bubble the red bubble, and then fast bubble this one. So that you just get the dash cooldown correctly. It works either way, but I just found this more consistent. And then, you know, collect that crystal, do a demo left, and then demo down left. And then for this part, I always aligned myself to the bottom of the wall, because then this jump is at the same timing every time. And also, I think some of these frames, it's possible that this jump is like just less, a smaller frame window, so when I put myself at the bottom here, it's like a bigger frame window sometimes, I think. I don't know. It's definitely more consistent, I think, for me. Then you just jump left here. Then that's a climb jump off that left wall. And then for this part, I just do a little crouch jump. Just because crouching is easier, so that you don't move before, like, if you press left before you jump, then you don't move if you're crouched. Then you grab onto that wall. Just, yeah, do a jump. Then for this part, I died here twice, which sucks. This is the worst. I think this is probably one of the worst places to die to in the whole map, because if you don't let go of left early enough or late enough, then you die either to this spike or to this spinner here. So it sucks dying here. Then you just want to align yourself until you're in the first pixel, the first non-leaning pixel, I guess it's called, I don't know. But yeah, first non-leaning pixel. That aligns you to grab onto this, correct your subpixels, fall back down. And here, you want to redirect this. You want to dash before you press the directional inputs, because I found this out. Basically, sometimes you just die. Actually, I'll just show you. Oh damn, my input display's been open this entire time. Anyway, that's fine. But for this, look. First you dash, and then you do those inputs, and then you can make it through. But if you press the directional inputs before you dash, there's one frame of pressing left. Wait. So one frame of left, dash, then you hit this wall here. You hit this little ledge, and that makes it. Wait. Yeah, so that makes it when you hit this ledge, just there. You have like you just get less distance, so you're no longer in dash attack state when you hit the dream block, and it just does that. So if you don't redirect it, then you get that to happen, which sucks. It sucks dying there. So yeah, redirect that dash. This is just a dream hyper to the right. Then this is you at this dash crystal, you buffer an up left demo, and then jump out of the dream block to the left. Then here, this is like a lot earlier than you think it is. You gotta dash like here. Like this is me collecting the dash crystal. That's how weird this hitbox is. I think it's just the same story as the one in room 4. Like, since the global cycle is the cycle is global, it's like doesn't align perfectly for every like on the room entry, so it's like makes it so that this can just sometimes be right at the bottom of its cycle, and then it looks really funky. Yeah, down left dash, right demo, and then jump. That's a dream hyper. Buffer a up left demo here, up left dash, and then jump out of the dream block. And then this is just a buffered up left demo. Then when you uncrouch, you can wall kick here, and then this is a neutral wall kick, so you have to let go of left. And then correct subpixel correct there as well, so that's same as it always is. This I mean, okay, I redirected it here, but I don't think you necessarily need to. You just jump into this crystal and dash right, but you want to buffer this up right dash, and also hold grab as well. Otherwise, you enter this drain block. If you don't buffer this dash, or if you don't hold grab, then you enter this drain block because you're still in dash attack frames. Then this is a reverse hyper ultra. These are all buffered, so that's fine. Then this is also another buffer. In the freeze frames of this jump, of this dash crystal, you jump, do a corner boost. Also, it has to be a neutral corner boost. You want to let go of all your directional inputs because you actually do a cob warp here. This is probably one of the coolest moves in the whole map, this part, because yeah, this is another cob warp, so you hold left in the freeze frames of that crystal, so you can grab onto this, and yeah, that whole sequence of inputs is really cool. It just looks cool. Yeah, so you grab onto that, let go, demo left in the freeze frames of this crystal. This input is, you can't actually buffer this input before you hit the crystal because you already have a dash. So if you dash before you hit the crystal, then you'll just dash into the spinners, so you have to wait until you actually hit the crystal before you dash. Yeah, then this is just an up demo, apparently, I don't know. This is an up demo wall bounce. There's a little gap here. I mean, there's a little like ledge that you can wall bounce off here. Another up demo here so that you don't hit your head here. And then in the freeze frames of this, when you break this block, you turn right. And then wall kick off the edge of that block. It's better to... Okay, well, it's better to neutral wall kick this, but you can just wall kick it normally, I think. But it's better to neutral, because at this part you do a right demo, reverse hyper. So if it's a neutral, you have like more time before the dash cooldown frames, and I think it's like more consistent, basically. Then this is just a buffered down left dash as well. Demo, buffered down left demo. And then keep on holding down left as well, and then jump in the coyote frames in this crystal. Now this part is hard for a lot of people as well. You enter this bubble while you're crouched, let go of all directions, and then, you know, you can do the jump to get a super. So when you enter this bubble, instantly let go of all directions. And then, for this part, this demo, you want to redirect it, because you basically for the whole time that you're in this bubble, you don't want to hold any directions, because that makes you either die to this spike here or get too much retention here, and then you can't get a super. So, yeah. Then here you get retention, get coyote frames, then you can do a super to the right. And don't hold grab as well, because otherwise you grab onto this ledge here. This is just a buffered upright demo. Climb jump up here to the left. That makes it so that you line up with this pixel every time. Then just jump to the right. This is just 2 wall kicks, and you can just keep on holding right the entire time. And you want to buffer both of these as well. So yeah, buffer. And if you do that correctly, you get the right height here. So if you don't get the right height here, then you just missed one of these buffers. This has to be a dash here. It can't be a demo. It has to be a dash. You dash upright and then grab left, the left side of this block. And then as this block hits the edge of this, that's where it stops. And at that point, you can wait another like few frames before you get the before you can use the lift boost, because the lift boost lasts for like 12 frames or 11 frames, I think. Yeah. This is a up demo wall bounce. You want to buffer the jump and the up demo. And then, okay, this part is difficult. So this whole sequence, well, okay, first I'll show you. That's a delayed ultra, so you do a reverse hyper, jump left, buffer a down left demo, corner boost off that, hit the ground here, then you get the 1.2 times speed boost, and then jump, and then you're here. Now that whole sequence is really weird, because basically, so there's two dependent inputs here. There's this right demo, and this corner boost here. And this was so weird, but I made a TAS of it, so like, it has to be correct, I think, but I had to like make a TAS of the whole room to actually figure out how the hell this worked. So basically, you can not buffer this. You can wait 1 or 2 frames after the buffer to do this right demo. But then if you do that, then you have to buffer this here, this corner boost. Sorry. Yeah, so if you have to buffer that. But if you do buffer this right demo, then you don't need to buffer this corner boost. It's so weird. I don't know how it works, but I made a TAS of it, and it just worked only if I did one of those two things. Or you can buffer both of them like I do here, but that's fine as well. But yeah, it's so weird. So yeah, if you don't buffer this right demo, then you have to buffer the corner boost. But if you do buffer this, then you don't have to buffer this. So yeah, it's really weird. Yeah, so this is just a corner boost. Let go of jump in the freeze frames of this crystal. That gives you the right height. Then jump. You want to jump in coyote frames here, or like the last 1 or 2 frames of touching the ground. Then, if you do that all correctly, then when you turn right here, you'll have enough height to grab onto that wall. And that's the check. If you don't do this whole buffer / not buffer sequence correctly, if you don't do it correctly, then you won't have enough height here to grab onto the wall. So it's really weird. And then this is just an up demo wall bounce off this corner here. And then this is just 2 buffered up demo, and then this second dash can either be a dash or a demo, but it's just easier to do it as a demo because you're already demoing anyway, so yeah. Okay, then it's Venus time. Now, my voice hurts. Do I do this? Jesus, is that, what, like 2 hours and 40 minutes, I think? Jesus. Do I do Venus now? Whatever. Oh, I guess I'll do it. Yeah, so I would always pause here to turn on my microphone on my phone like I'm using right now. And also I'd usually calm down, but I didn't do it here because I was streaming, which is, yeah, maybe a bad idea because I had a pretty high heart rate going in. I was like more nervous than I usually am. I'm like way more shaky. But anyway, that's how it is, so yeah, you can see I'm like way more nervous than I usually am. Okay. You know what, actually, I'm gonna do this in a different session. Okay, I'm just gonna try to just do this last bit. Okay, so you have to hold left at the start of Venus here because these spikes come out and it's like scary, and if you die. So yeah, you have to hold left there. This is just an up demo into the bubble. That gives you coyote frames. And you get bubble retention. Then you can do a super to the left. Then you have to let go of left while you're holding jump to do like a neutral super, so you don't go too far. Then this is just a neutral, normal old neutral. That lines you up to grab onto this block at roughly the same height every time. And this is another part where the cycle of the crystal like visually going up and down is a bit annoying because you have to buffer this left demo, except sometimes this crystal looks higher or lower than it actually is, so it's a bit annoying, especially this far into the golden. So yeah. This part is super weird. So this is a dash, and you buffer a dash and a jump at the exact same time. So it's this weird like jump, dash, climb, jump straight away kind of thing. That makes you go, you get lift boost from the block because you jumped off it. And that makes you also go to the right so that you can corner kick off it like that. Then this is just a buffered left demo. And then you corner, okay, the chat is kind of in the way, but you buffer a left demo at that crystal, and then corner boost off that, just there, and then do another, this is a down left. Oh, okay, well I did a demo, I didn't even know it could be a demo. That must have just been in my muscle memory without me even realizing it. And then this is a buffered left demo in dash cooldown frames. So you can buffer this left demo in the cooldown frames to make it a lot easier. It's good. Yeah, that's just how it's designed. And then you break this block, and in the also don't hold grab. In the freeze frames of this block, you turn right and corner jump off here. Red block, always corner jump off red blocks. Always just like jump off red blocks as always. Here you have to redirect this dash, because if you let go of right before hitting the crystal, you don't get enough rightwards, like you're too far left, so you have to keep on holding right until you hit the crystal and then dash down. Just take this bubble up left. This is two wall kicks, 1, 2. Those are both buffered. I mean, the first one isn't buffered, I guess, but the second one is. And then you just grab this ledge for a sec. Then this is the dreaded Terry dashes. So at this is the part that everyone like. Also, I never died to them, by the way, so this is funny. But yeah, okay, so basically crouch here until you pass these spikes here like this, then uncrouch. Then this part, redirect this dash. So you can't crouch before you hit this dash crystal, otherwise you hit it too far left. You have to stay upright and then crouch in the freeze frames. Dash down right. Then in the freeze frames of this, turn left and jump left as well. Then this part is the kind of hard part. So there's no freeze frame timing for this. This is just a visual cue. And you just have to get used to this. There's barely even a visual cue really for this. You just have to dash like roughly here. And since you're crouched right now, then you dash. And then before you can collect this pink crystal, you dash. So you actually do a dash before you do a dash before you collect it, so that you collect it after you dash. And then right now I have 2 dashes. So yeah, this first one is a dash. And then second one is also a dash. Third one is a demo. You have to do it in that order. You can't do it in any other order. It has to be dash dash demo. Then this is another cobweb, so you have to go neutral here and then corner boost. And then in the freeze frames of this upper crystal, you press left, sorry. And also holding jump this entire time. Then you press the secondary jump input to jump off this corner here. Then this is just a neutral off this corner, so don't hold left or right or anything, neutral. And then for this part, I like to align myself up with this pixel, so that the way I found this pixel is, the visual cue is that it's the pixel, see how like this pixel right here where my cursor is, there's only one visible pixel of Madeline's face above this spinner thing. So you go up one pixel after that, and then you get this little kind of dinosaur looking thing. And that's the visual, that's my visual cue. So yeah, align with this exact pixel, and that just makes this more consistent. Left demo here, then in the freeze frames of this crystal, jump right, and that gives you a reverse hyper. Then in the freeze frames of this, you do a down right dash, yeah, keep on holding down right because then you stay crouched. And then your dash cooldown frames last until here, at which point you buffer that's my demo key right there. You can't see it because it's stupid YouTube, but this is a demo key. So you buffer an upright demo here. This is all buffered. This demo here can sometimes be a bit like timed a bit weirdly, but you have to do it like later than you think that you should. Yeah. Right demo here, buffered. Here, this is just a neutral here. Then it's hard to see, but there's a freeze frame crystal behind the chat here. Freeze frame crystal? A crystal that gives freeze frames behind the chat here. You buffer a left demo once you hit it. Then you buffer a corner boost off this spiked corner here. And I like to do that with my secondary jump so that I know that it's buffered. So yeah, first jump input is here. Keep on holding jump this entire time. Second jump input is to do this corner boost, just so I know that it's buffered. Then there's a crystal here. Collect it, do a dash right demo as well in the freeze frames, and then again with my secondary jump input there, I jump and do this corner boost again with the secondary, just to make sure that it's buffered, because these jumps are like, these buffers are super early, like way earlier than you think they would be. This is an up left demo, and then you have to let go of all directions, and then you can corner boost off this thing here. Bam, corner boost. You have to make sure that you don't press any directions, because this is another cob wob. Corner boost, wall boost. So you do the, oh my god. You do the neutral corner boost, and then you press right in the freeze frames of this cob wob. Then yeah, just jump up, grab onto this. Grabbing onto this jump through here lines you up for the right place, so you have to let go and grab onto that jump through and then fall down. And then here, I guess I should show it in like an easier to see when the chat isn't in the way. Why don't we go to my second Don't Choke Death, which I got 3 of, by the way, yippee. Okay, so this... So this is a right demo, which makes you go under the pink crystal. Oh yeah, this is actually the start of second third, by the way. This is middle third now, from now on. So yeah, then you press left and jump. That's, reverse hyper. With this, in the freeze frames of this right crystal is when you press jump. Bam. And then instantly after that, you hit this left crystal, the pink crystal. In those freeze frames, you do a down left demo and a jump. And then that corner boosts here. That makes it a down left demo corner boost off that there. And this is a Doltra as well. That's called, a lot of people call it a Mauve Doltra, some people call it a reverse hyper Doltra, but I like calling it a Mauve Doltra because it sounds cooler. Yeah, so you get coyote frames, you do it. Okay, wait, I can skip back over to this video. So yeah, that's what that is. You get coyote frames because you touch the ground here, so you can press jump in the freeze frames of this crystal. And then this is you don't let go of left, and then you hit this corner here. And then you do a corner kick while holding right. And that just makes you line up to grab here in the bottom few pixels of this block. Then you do, okay, this order of dashes is weird. So you have to do demo, dash, okay, wait. So demo right, dash up, demo left, dash, demo, okay, yeah. Demo left, demo right, and then dash up, and then demo right. It has to be roughly in that order. There's a few key things like this dash has to be a demo, this dash has to be a demo, this one has to be a demo, and then the ones in between are different, but that's just the way I like to do it. But these ones, 1, 2, 3, those all have to be demos. Yeah, so yeah, that's a demo. Here, it doesn't look like, oh, okay, go back. It doesn't look like it here, but there's actually a single pixel of ground that you can do a hyper off of, which is what happens here. Press jump, bam, hyper. And obviously there's a crystal here, you press jump in the freeze frames of that crystal. You don't want to buffer this jump because otherwise you'll get a corner boost. So you can corner boost off here, which makes you fly up here and die. So this, yeah. Then this timing sucks. This wall bounce is like one of the hardest parts of Venus. Because first of all, the updash is like kind of tight. And secondly, the jump release is like, there's not really a good kind of cue to release jump, because if you corner correct here, if you do this updash further to the left, then you corner correct, and then you go a lot higher than you usually would. I don't know why. I've never actually bothered to check why, but it just happens like that. And it means that, let's say here, since I'm not corner correcting here, I have to press jump for what, like, let's say 10 frames or something. But if I do corner correct and I press jump for 10 frames, then I die because I go too high and I die to these spikes here. So it's like, yeah, it's really annoying. It's weird. It's like one of the hardest inputs in Venus, funnily enough. Then, okay, I have to like look through chat again, but yeah, basically you grab onto the edge of the dream block there, then you demo left there's a crystal right here. You demo left through the dream block and grab on the right side of it. Then this is the order that you do. So you demo left, grab, then let go of grab. This is my grab input behind the volume button. So in the freeze frames of this crystal, you let go of grab. And then you dash down right. So the goal here is to never be holding down and grab in an active frame, like in a frame that isn't a freeze frame. So, I mean, here I was like one frame away from doing that, which is kind of scary. But yeah, you have to avoid pressing down and grab at the same time here, because otherwise you slide down the block. So yeah, don't do what I did. That was not good, but also I was nervous, so like, it's understandable. So yeah, down right dash through the block, and then just buffer left demo. If you do it all correctly, sometimes it's weird. It's a bit funky sometimes, but that's just the left demo there, yeah. And sometimes you'll be too high for this left demo if you don't do this part correctly. So if you're too high and you die up here or you die down there, then you know that you did one of these buffers wrong. Then this is just a neutral of this jump through in the freeze frames of this crystal. Then this is an up left dash, but it's actually possible to dash too early here. So you have to dash in the freeze frames of this crystal. You don't want to dash before collecting a crystal, because then you have two dashes going into this. After the hyper you have one dash, and then you don't get freeze frames here, so this demo would be a frame perfect if you dash before collecting this. So yeah, you collect it, then dash, so then I only have one dash right now. And then you do a reverse stream hyper here. So now you have 0 dashes, so you can collect this crystal and use the freeze frames to buffer the demo, so it's like a 5 frame instead of a 1 frame. Then this is a crouch climb, so just on all of the red blocks like every other crouch climb. This one is also stamina, like there's a bottleneck of stamina with this one, so you want to wall boost as many of these as possible, which means that you need to let go of directional inputs before each jump. So yeah, you can hear my keyboard in the video, but basically you gotta, again with the secondary jump input, you want to do all these jumps with the secondary jump input so you don't travel downwards at any point in time. And then you do the jump, press whichever direction you need to go, then let go of that direction, then do the jump. And then do it in like this pattern, I guess. Yeah, it's just any other crouch climb. Also, there's a debug room to practice crouch climbing. This is to practice the room 4 crouch climb. This is the same like rhythm as the one in room 4. Okay, wait, watch me just do it first try. So you see in the input display, I'm like pressing the secondary jump input every time, and I'm also not pressing I'm not pressing the directional inputs at the same time as jumping. And this pattern is the same pattern as the Venus crouch climb that I just showed you. So you can use this one to practice, the Venus one. So this is room 4, this is Venus. Yeah, pretty cool. This can be a dash or a demo, it doesn't really matter. Dash into the dream block, grab left, and then this left, like letting go of grab and then holding right is like kind of hard. There's not really a good visual cue for it, so you just have to kind of guess, and I died to it on a golden run, which sucked. So this is just a hard input. Like, it doesn't seem like it, but on your first clear, it might not even be a noticeable input, but like, once you get consistent at all the like skill-based inputs in Venus, this one comes up as one of the hardest, including that wall bounce from before. And then you want to just hold onto the block and then tap down until you collect the crystal. And then that aligns you up to the same pixel every time. Then you do an upright demo into that. This is double dream jump. So the way those work is that you can do 2 jumps out of dream blocks, because I think you can even do 3, just because you can buffer one of the jumps and then do the other however many jumps in the freeze frames after you leave the dream block. So yeah, this is a double dream jump. Stay crouched, and then you want to actually usually the red blocks here indicate when you should jump, but this time you don't want to jump on the red blocks. You want to wait a bit. I didn't wait for very long, but you want to wait to start these 2 jumps. And that's because if you do it normally, this is like 1 jump there, 1 jump. Wait. If you do it normally, where you do 1 jump here, 1 jump here, and you hold right the entire time, you die to these spikes. Which means that you'd need to do jump, jump, and then let go of right for a bit, and then hold right again, so that you get like more height compared to your rightwards speed. And then you miss the spikes if you do that. But for me, I found it a lot easier to just start these 2 jumps later. So that first jump is like here, second jump is here, and then you can just hold right the entire time and you miss these spikes. So it's a lot better. I think Cheesy did it for his Venus, but I don't know how he found it more consistent, but anyway, he just did, so. Then you jump into the corner to correct subpixels. This is another like horizontal and vertical because, yeah, you're holding right into the wall. Then here you want to let go of grab while still holding right, and then jump, so you get a corner kick. Oh no, a wall kick. And while you're still holding right, you collect this crystal up here, this pink crystal, and then demo right. You can just, like this, instead of, oops. I forgot that L was my grab input is an actual YouTube control thing. Yeah, so you're holding grab and jump, then right, then you wall kick right like that, demo, and then jump left. That's the way I do it, but you can hold grab, pretend I'm holding grab right now, jump left, and then switch demo right, and then, oh, okay. I should just not do that. I didn't learn my lesson. But yeah, anyway, I just found it more consistent to do that as a wall kick instead of a wall jump. But also, it's just different for other people. Like some people find it more consistent to wall jump instead of wall kick. Yeah, this is a reverse, and then buffer an up left demo, and then that gets you bubble retention, coyote frames, super. The visual cue for this is when you can see, if I put this in slow-mo, she actually touches the wall twice, and on the second time is when you do the jump. There once, twice. Wait, hang on. Yeah, so once, twice. Okay, it's kind of hard to see actually, but like, she goes forward, gets sucked in, goes forward again, and on the second time going forward is when you do you do the left jump to get the super. Then this is a crouch jump on the red block. Then this is a buffered wall kick, and then buffered wall kick again, and then you want to keep on holding left the entire time, because you can actually turn left before touching this crystal. It doesn't actually matter. And this is just an up demo or up dash. Yeah, up dash. And then you do a wall bounce, and you want to hold down right after the wall bounce, because that lines you up for this corridor. If you don't hold down, then you have to, like, you know, press D. I mean, not D, just right. That's my D key. D key is right. Yeah, so if you're not holding down, then you have to, like, correct your position. But if you're holding down, then you can just hold down right the entire time, because of the fast fall. It doesn't really make this tighter because it's a buffer anyway, so it's like, it's fine. This is just a right demo. A bunch of crouch climbs, that's easy. Then this is just another crouch climb. Grab onto this wall. There's a little ledge down there, grab onto that. Correct subpixels in this wall while holding right, so it does it vertically and horizontally, you know the deal. This is a left demo up dash, and then this is another dash bounce. So wall bounce and then dash left, in demo left in the freeze frames of that crystal. So that's makes you go up. You get this little up boost because of the jump timer, and it's cool. This is just a 5 jump, except you're jumping up into a bubble. Also, people usually go left first, but obviously, objectively, the only correct way to do it is right. So I don't know what all the other people are going left first. I always go right first. Also, it's just cooler, and it's better because right side is a lot easier than the left side. So nobody wants to beat the hard side and then die afterwards to the easy one. It's better to get the easy one first and then do the hard one. I don't know. It's just better. Up left dash. Buffer it in the pink crystal. Then dash cooldown frames. Buffer left demo and jump right to get a reverse hyper. Then buffer a down right demo here at this crystal. Up dash here at this crystal. And then this is an up demo here to like align yourself with this, break the block and align yourself with this gap. And then this part you have to do like late but not too late, because if you do it too early then you miss the buffer. This is 2 crouch climbs, by the way. Yeah, you want to do that late but not too late, because otherwise you miss the buffer. But also if you do it too late then you uncrouch. So it's a bit of a timing, and I've died there a few times. Luckily not in a golden run. I never died to the... Oh wait, actually no I did, I lied. I only died once to the right side in a golden run. Like, I shouldn't have even died a single time to like the whole of final third, but like I died like 6 times I think. Kind of sucks, but anyway. Yeah, I got unlucky. How could you tell? Yeah, crouch climb. Dash right into this jump through. There's a jump through here behind the chat. Dash right into it to I don't know, correct subpixels. Then this is a reverse super. Or reverse hyper, sorry. I guess it can be either, to be honest, but like, it doesn't really matter. Whichever is more comfortable. But yeah, you reverse into the wall and then grab it and then wait until you've stopped going down before you do this up dash, because you know how you grab onto the top of the wall and then you slide down. You have to wait until you've stopped sliding down before you do the up dash, because otherwise you're too high to fit into this gap. So yeah. And then this is a glitch where I'm holding on the right side of this block, and then I get squished against the border, and that I don't actually know why it happens. I can't remember. There's an explanation somewhere, but it happens with Kevin's as well. You get stuck in the block, and then I think the game just tries to put you to the nearest air block or something, which happens to be on the left side of this block. So yeah, you want to grab on the right here. Hold right and grab, because you teleport. And usually it does refresh your dash, but it doesn't here because your dash count is set to 0. Then I think I almost died here, holy shit. Because you want to wait until your lift boost is gone, and then you let go of grab. So I don't know if I waited for long. I mean, I did wait for long enough, but I think I was like 1 or 2 frames off dying, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, fall down, neutral off that corner, and then upright demo. And then this is a down left dash into this corner here, and corner boost off it. So yeah, that timing is the one I died to in the golden run. The only time I died to the whole right side was this timing here, just because it's like kind of hard. Then this is just a demo into this, and then in the freeze frames of breaking this block, you turn right and do 2 crouch climbs. You have to buffer them, so yeah, you have to buffer those. This is climb up to the top of this, and then you redirect this dash. So you press dash before pressing directional inputs. I mean, I do it at the same time, which is also fine, but that's dodgy. You can just accidentally not do that. So yeah, you want to redirect this dash up left into the block. And then hold fast fall as well, so that you have enough speed when you hit this crystal and do a down left demo. Yeah, so you want to fast fall that, otherwise you die when you do this down left. Left dash. Then this is a slow bubble, so you have to slow bubble this. And it's an up. Wait, do you slow bubble? I don't even remember, to be honest. Yeah, slow bubble. Buffer and up dash. And then this is a left demo. Buffered. And then you turn right here and do a wall kick. Corner kick, sorry. Off this corner here. And then you collect this crystal, do a left dash, and jump off the top of this block, and you get a super, of course. And then this is a left demo. Left demo at this crystal. Also, this input is like deceptively late, like very late, way later than you think. It's weird. Yeah. Left demo, buffer the jump on this dash crystal here. Then there's a dash crystal hiding here. This is just the edge of it. So you buffer an up dash once you hit that crystal. And then this is another dash bounce, so you press left so that you can reach the leniency pixels of the wall bounce here on the left wall. And then this is the wall bounce, and then right demo here. So that's just a regular dash bounce. Down right dash, up right dash. Oh no, second one has to be a demo. The first one I think the first one has to be a demo actually. Don't even know, to be honest, but second one has to be a demo, definitely. And then once you hit that center block in the freeze frame, not necessarily in the freeze frames, I guess, you press left. Now here, the intended is to let go of left in the freeze frames of this crystal, but I just found that hard for some reason, so it doesn't even matter. You can just dash up, like, even where I am right now, you can just dash up and it's fine. You don't die. And I left it as late as possible. Like, this is probably the closest I got to dying. That's like 1 or 2 frames off. That's scary. That's an updash. Into the bubble, take the bubble up. This is just a reverse hyper, so demo right, jump left, and then in the dash cooldown frames of that reverse hyper, you buffer a right demo so that you can fit through that gap. Don't hold grab. This is the worst, probably one of the most painful deaths, was that. Wait, oh my god. Okay, I let go of grab here, but I held grab on one of these. You can see it in the compilation, actually. I held grab and died here. Like, actually the worst, most brain-dead death I ever had in this golden, honestly. Yeah, just jump there, climb, jump into here to correct your subpixels. This is a redirect, so you have to hold left right up until you hit the dash crystal, and then you dash up. And then this is another dash bounce. So, yep, regular dash bounce. Grab onto this right side, left side of this block, demo through it, dash through it, sorry, and grab onto the right side. And then in the freeze range of this, demo left, and grab onto the left side. And then right now you're crouched as well, but that doesn't really matter, to be honest. And then this is the same glitch as before. You're squished against the border, and that spits you out, teleports you onto the right side of the block, so you have to grab left, so that you don't fall. Collect that crystal, dash left through it, and grab onto the right side and then just fall down. Then this part, oh yeah, that has to be a demo, by the way, otherwise you die to those spinners. Dash right into the bubble. This part is kind of scary because I'll show you. In that bubble, because of bubble wiggle, which is the funniest kind of word for it, but oh, actually, this is kind of, I have to beat both sides, that's kind of annoying. I'll just explain it. So, if you hold up in the first 2 frames of entering this bubble, then you get this bubble wiggle, which makes the bubble move upwards into the spikes and you die. So you have to hold right for a while as you enter the bubble before holding up. Otherwise, the bubble wiggles and you die to the spikes. So, yeah, you gotta wait a while before holding up. And then, yeah, this teleports you to a golden room version of Don't Choke, which is, it's a hidden room in debug that's here, and it's just a copy of Venus, except everything is removed except for this upwards. So yeah, it's right here. You can't actually see it because it's hidden, but yeah. So, yeah, dash up into the dream block. Okay, for this part, this is funny. You can't crouch here. Don't do a crouch spam here. Like, don't, like, oh my god, don't do that as a celebration or whatever, because this time warp trigger makes it so you're, so like it slows down the game, bam, then speeds the game back up. But if you crouch spam as the game is slowing down, if you crouch spam here, then your speed is reset to a non-1 value. Like, it's reset to a decimal value, like just below or just above 1, which makes this section impossible. It makes this part in particular impossible, and I think that was only discovered because Olive died to it, like, in what would have been the clear. So yeah, that's kind of funny, but anyway, I think it maybe it's fixed, I don't even know, but it's definitely a thing that used to happen and probably still does. These are all full jumps except for that one. This one is like a teeny jump, and then the rest can be full jumps. And then for here, what I like to do is tap left a bit so I can visualize the reverse hyper a bit more. So I tap left until the first leaning pixel, and that just makes it easier to visualize the reverse. I don't know why, it just works for me. Also, God, this is probably the most nervous I've ever been in my life, honestly. I mean, except for maybe my first don't choke entry, but like, this is so scary. Like, being at the end of like a whole year grind, and I did die to it like 2 other times, three other times. God, I forgot. Yeah, I died to don't choke 3 times, which is more than every other victor of this golden combined. There's only been 2 other people that have died to don't choke, and they got 1 each, so there's only been 2 other deaths to don't choke, and I had 3, so that's kind of funny. I almost got double than every other person combined, so yeah, that's pretty funny. But also Clantis, when he was trying to do lxvi golden 100 times, he also died to this last right dash, which is holy shit. If I died to that, I would have actually like quit. Genuinely. I'm so glad I didn't die past these first few inputs. So yeah, my first death to don't choke was my first death. Okay, well actually first I'll explain don't choke. So yeah, this is a reverse hyper, so demo, or you can down right dash it, but I like to demo it. Demo right, jump left, buffer a down left demo in this crystal, buffer this corner boost, let go of jump in the freeze frames of this crystal, and also make sure you're still holding down left the entire time. Buffer another jump in this crystal here. And then here you have to dash into this wall twice so that you have 0 dashes, so that when you collect this... Yeah, you have to have 0 dashes here so that you actually collect the crystal that's here. If you have 2 or 1 dash, then this demo is frame perfect because you can't collect this. This only refills your dash if you have 0 dashes. Yeah, just jump right, do another jump here, jump, demo right, into the bubble, take it upwards, and then you're done. Follow those simple steps, and you can beat lxvi as well. So simple. What was I gonna say? I was gonna save something. I just said I was gonna... Oh yeah. So yeah, my 3 don't choke deaths that I got somehow. Oh my god, I don't even know how I got that many. So my first don't choke death was from pressing this jump input 1 frame too late. A single frame too late, I pressed this jump input and then died to the spinner. Then the second don't choke death was from holding down this jump input 1 or 2 frames too late. So I like overcompensated for that death. And then the third don't choke death, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to fix this. I'm gonna practice the inputs in the pause menu before I do it. So there, I did it. Practice the jump inputs. Practice all the inputs in the pause menu. But then, when I unpaused, I fat-fingered an up left dash. Because, oh my god. So, yeah. And that was because of my unpause button is E and I use WASD. So I unpause and then do the dashes, and then the finger pressing the A key also pressed W because I fat fingered it. So yeah, that's fun. That was all 3 of my don't choke deaths. So yeah, that's cool. Anyway, yeah, that's it. I guess I'll talk a bit more actually about this. Okay, this golden room used to be evil because, okay, shut up. There used to be no golden blocks here, apparently, I heard. Which means that you can literally just fail this jump and just fail the golden in the heart room, which is so tragic. But yeah, luckily there's golden blocks here, so your dash gets refilled and stuff, and like you can't die at all. And yeah, that's it. What should I do? Okay, I was gonna talk about. Okay, actually, I'll just show my spreadsheet for a sec. So first, started June 25th, finished July 22nd, a year and a month later. That's cool. In total, I had 119 Venus clears, so it's like surprisingly not that many. I thought I'd probably have more, but anyway, that's kind of funny. These are my success rates for each chapter. So yeah, space being that consistent is kind of funny. Yeah, that's my PB progress. All that. What else? The goals. Yeah, okay, those aren't really that interesting. This is funny. Actually, okay, I'll show this. So, usually I have 3 sessions, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 1 in the evening. And they usually go for like, at most, like 1.5 hours, but usually like 1 hour each. So yeah, the top row is the morning session, afternoon, evening session, and then this is the day total and overall total, and this just only tracks the rooms that make it to checkpoint 2, which is room 6 and onwards. So you can see, and these are also any significant runs that I got, like, not from the start. So, and this is the day count. So you can see already, here, I have a 2 segment. I have a room 9 entry and a room 9 to end. 2 segment. And this is, like, basically at the start of this whole thing. Like, look how much that is. So yeah, you can see it took a lot longer than it probably should have. And then at this point, I was like room 4 to Venus is basically a Venus entry. Like, there's almost no rooms before room 4 that are like any difficult, really. So yeah, this from here onwards is like any space entry should be a Venus entry, except it still takes me like 28 right up until 117. So it takes me almost 100 space entries to get my first Venus entry, even though I got room 4 to Venus. Also, room 9, so like, this is my first room 9, then the big break, and then it takes me another, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think I have 10 room 9 entries in total before I even pass it once, for the first time, which is so funny. And then it takes me another, ages, a bunch, okay, I think this was probably my best session ever, to be honest. Actually second best. This is my second best session ever, and this was, pretty early on still. So that kind of shows you how unlucky I got. So yeah, 20 space entries in total. I never got more than that in the entire grind. By the way, actually, I have a graph. I matched it later on. But yeah, so this is the day number, this is the number of space entries for each day. So, I have some spikes 12, 20, I have 2 20s, and then the red bar is for every Venus entry, and then the black ones is if I died to don't choke, which, there should be 3 of actually, I don't know why. And then yeah, this is the golden, so yeah. So So yeah, you can see I'm finally getting to room 10 like more often, and then I get my first Venus entry. Then I'm like, okay, this is basically the end of the golden. Only 117 space entries in, and I've already gotten into Venus, like, you know, that might as well be the end. But no. Don't... Oh yeah, actually, also, almost daily, what, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 Venus entries in 7 days. Oh no, 4 Venus entries in 8 days. That's pretty good. That's like 1 every 2 days. So I was saying, like, I was thinking, you know, 1 every 2 days. If I'm getting a Venus entry every 2 days, that's basically the end of the grind, right? Well, no, because after I got my Don't Choke entry, my first death to Don't Choke, I just refused to get another Venus entry for like 304, 319. So that's like more than 2 weeks it took me to get another Venus entry after that. And like also so many deaths to room 10. Like every room 10 entry basically should be a Venus entry. So that sucked. Then yeah, I got that another day without any, and then I got another one the next day, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm recovering. Then I got one the next day again, and I was like, okay, surely I'm recovered by now. Another one. But then this was the part that sucked, because I got these 2 room 10 deaths in a row, and I think these both died to basically the very last input of room 10. So it like killed my motivation with like room 10 and like my confidence with room 10. And then I got another one, and then it's like, then just all my confidence with like space just completely disappeared. And then I started getting way more room 7 deaths. Like, look how many room 7 deaths this is now. And now I'm barely even getting to room 9. And now, literally an entire day, look how many room 7 deaths that is in a row. And room 6 as well. Keep in mind, I have like a 90% pass rate on room 6, and I get this. So yeah, that day was probably the worst. Then I finally got back to room 10, but, you know, died. And then, you know, room 7 is still being so mean. Then finally, like what, 357, 325, so another 20 days, almost 3 weeks it takes me to get another Venus entry, and that's because I just decided to just start grinding space to end deathless. I got it 4 times here. And then also I have 13 1 deaths, which is epic and cool and stupid. Hybrid 0 death, room 4 to end, and then I got a room 4 entry right afterwards, so that's kind of funny. That kind of sucks. 3 room 10 deaths in a row. Anyway, yeah, this was like this is the nail in the coffin, so I started just getting daily Venus entries, more or less. Then I got first ever time, I got 2 in 1 day, which was kind of cool. And I also got Earth Deathless 5 times in a row, which is the hardest thing I've ever done, harder than the Golden. That's like significantly harder than the Golden. Yeah. And then this was a bit concerning. Like this whole kind of, this section was pretty concerning, but it was fine. Then I got my second Don't Choke death here. That was fun. And then the next day, I got 2 Venus entries in a row. That was crazy. This was my best session ever. Well, I guess this session in particular, because I have 3 Venus entries and 2 in a row as well. So that was crazy. Then I got my 3rd Don't Choke death, and then it only took me another 5, 6 space entries to get the win. Yeah. So, I think that's basically everything that I have to say.